We live.
Hey, okay. So we still waiting for a few people to come in, right? Well, let me go mute my mic.
Yeah, we got a playback too.
Yeah, I just deleted. I just muted my mic.
Cool, cool. Well, no, you can go ahead and intro it. You can go ahead and get started.
You want me to talk or you playing that song?
No, well, yeah, no, well, just intro. You just talking.
Oh, okay. So today, what I want to talk about is politically fighting to correct your race and ethnicity. And I have a form that I want to share with you. I'm waiting on A1 to come back. He's going to join us because he's my helper with navigating through because I really suck at sharing screens. A1 is the expert. I haven't expert picked up. But today I want to talk about race and ethnicity from the time you are born. Peace, Carlene, from the time you're born in the hospital when your mother has to fill out the paperwork that uh, everyone believes that the identity on the paperwork and on the birth certificate is the race of the child, but it's actually the race of the parent because we have a right to self identify, but nobody really explains that to us. So I want to get into that. But before I can, I want to wait for A1. He should be in shortly so he could share the form. How's everybody doing in their research?
Everything's going good on my end. Um, I'm sure there's other people gonna want to ask questions and stuff. Um, you said you're tracing your lineage. The documents and stuff that you're talking about are kind of basically, um, I don't know, what would you call it? What kind of form?
It's a let me pull it up so I could tell you. I should have had it up. I sent it to A1. I'm sorry, I really suck at this. Oh man, I just knocked myself out. Oh no, I didn't. Whew, thank goodness. I thought I knocked myself out. I'm getting the form now from my email, you guys. No, that's not it. Damn, where did that damn letter go? Jesus Christ. Okay, here it is. It's the form is called in Connecticut. The form is called um, Mother's Worksheet for Child Birth Certificate, and it was adapted by the Connecticut Department of Public Health, and it's a worksheet for a live birth that the mother fills out when the baby's born, and it's a very interesting form. Each state has its own. Can you guys hear me?
I can. I'm
Oh,
sure they can.
okay. Yeah, each state has its own. Carlene, you said you need help when doing lives, especially when you first start. Yeah, I know that. I suck. So, jeez, that's all I really have to talk about. And fighting politically, how to fight politically for your to get your identity corrected. You don't have to join a tribe to get your identity changed from need whatever's on your application, your birth certificate. Doesn't have to. You don't have to be labeled as black, Negro, or whatever's on your birth certificate. You can actually self-identify, and I can't show you that until A1 gets here. What you think about that, Chief?
Um, oh shit, there's so much. I don't know, man. I'm just it's all bad. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like when we talk of records and stuff like that or whatever. I don't want to kind of spoil what you meant. So you know what I mean? I almost said it. So I don't know. I think it's very important um, to exhaust everything that you could do. You said something about um, self-identification, right?
Yes,
To me,
as it pertains to race and ethnicity, because they're both two different things. And
it's a human race. I know, right? There's no such thing as a black race or a white race. So I don't know, when they talk race and ethnicity, right? You know what I'm saying? So it gets kind of murky, it gets kind of confusing, but it goes back to what's legal, what's not legal. We know black and white's not legal. You know what I'm saying? So if these
right,
are social constructs, then how are they even legal? So just because a department in the government puts out a memorandum, don't make it a law. Or you guys got to sign right here as African Americans. It says it right here in this law. No, it don't.
it does
You
not.
know
And
what I'm saying?
that's right. And the
It
thing,
doesn't at all. But
that's right, Chief. And my thing is, the states get very angry. The Vital Statistic Office, their lawyers in there, they get very angry when you come in there and tell them that you want your race and lineage corrected. They're all in cahoots, seriously. And there's a way that we could politically fight this shit as a people, and they know we're coming. And I'm hearing all these different, you little murmurs, these different murmurs about people saying, "Oh, it's going to be another civil war." That's because they're running scared because a lot of black people or copper color people, us, are starting to flood our vital statistics offices to get our identities and we have a lot of law, we have a lot of case law, and we have a lot of case law which where we can get our identities changed to Indian, American Indian, or whatever, however we want it. We don't even have to be labeled American Indian. We could be Aboriginals. We don't have to be labeled American Indian because, like you said, it's true. The United States made that name up for the five federally recognized tribes, so we don't have to be that. And I'm almost willing, to have people sign a damn petition across the states. I mean, we have so much case law right now that we're collecting and holding on to for this fight. I'm just really trying to wait till more people get in so I can share it with them. Um, to the symbol. I mean, case law even showing where the Indians came off the reservations because they were so sick and hungry and poor, and they moved into the inner cities. Inner cities. I mean, we have case law that state that when they move into the inner cities, that they would provide us with education and housing. A lot of Indians have HUD housing. You do know that, right? In the inner cities. And who do you think those Indians are? That's why they had to give it to us. I mean, they were giving it to white people, housing, but for the most part, it was designed for the Indians that came from off of the reservations. Have you heard of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, if that's part of case law that we have to fight to get our identities changed back to what we're supposed to be. But I didn't really want to go. I didn't really want to go into detail until we get more people in the chat because it's really interesting.
Well, you talk about self-identifying, right? So that's up to you and what your people told you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important that we get to that. And once again, you will have a specific tribe. So I think that would be the more lane to go down if you identify. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it goes back to power. It goes back to psychological warfare, psychological
Hmm.
damage to ourselves, and we've just been a victim of the situation, but we're
Yes.
afraid to tackle the situation. And I think that's the
Yes.
problem that we don't want to address up in the room. Okay, what are we gonna do about this? You know what I mean? What are we gonna do about this?
Well, for starters, I want to get a petition going. I want people to start flooding their vital statistics offices to get it changed because clearly it. I mean, we have documentation, from the federal government. This is not at the state level, at the government level, where they allowed us to come and where we left the reservations and came into the inner cities to assimilate into the United States Constitution. But we didn't um, we didn't do away with our rights as or in identities as Indians. We assembled in because a lot of us were dying. We were getting sick from these different diseases, and when we came into the inner cities, we started getting well because they provided us with health care and they provided us housing, shelter, big story buildings that you see in the inner city. That was all for Indians because before we lived in these in the inner cities, white people were living in those slum cities. We were on the reservations. Did you ever hear white people say, "Oh yeah, I used to live in the hood"? You ever hear that, Chief? You ever hear white people tell you that? When I was a little boy, I lived in the hood. Yeah, they did. They lived in the hoods first, and then when we started, getting poor and sick, we moved off the reservations into the inner cities. And like the brother was speaking about earlier, we had chiefs of tribes, but when we came into the inner cities, we brought our culture with us. But it went to the churches. So they took the name of a chief and named it a pastor in the Christianity. You feel me? So believe it or not, a lot of pastors know this, but they don't speak about it. And that's why it's so easy for Christian churches to get so many benefits from the federal government. They get food, they get clothes, they call it donations and things like that. And they're able to give, poor kids in the community coats and different things. The churches get money from the federal government through the 501c3. That was the exchange from coming off the reservations. And when you came into the urban communities, they decided to get 501c3s and continue their culture, but they just changed it to Christianity. I just wanted to wait till A1 get here, but I'm just going so far ahead. Um, what you think about that, Chief?
Um,
About the pastors knowing this. Now, don't forget, remember, a lot of pastors have doctorates.
and they oath takers. I mean, they all took a oath. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Uphold that
Exactly.
system. So that goes back to the Richard Allens, the Epsilon Jones, and which Edward Wilmot Blydens and everybody else who made the thought that they were doing something, good because it has a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? Like a religious thing to it. So a lot of brothers and sisters today are pushing this line, but they don't know that they're pushing their agenda because they're pushing the religious, not the spiritual aspect of it, but the religion of it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. You know what I mean? It's like watching Kanye know about a star of set in Haru, right? But then turn around and tell you Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. Like how do
Mm-hmm.
you how do you go back to a white Jesus when you had a Haru piece on? How do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
business it has to be something, or tax write-offs and all these type of shit. So that is a busted. They busted for that.
These ministers know this, and in the olden days, they knew it back then. That the change, it was more than just a trail of tears that did damage to our people. It was more than that. And these ministers, they know it. That's why they go to college and they go to what is it, a doctor, a minister school or something like that to learn how to run their organization. Because the church is a business. It's not a house of worship. It's a damn business. It's no different from corporate office business. People like TD Jakes, they know that he knows that he's Indian, but
Fact.
he knows that's a smart man. He knows that he's Indian, and they get a lot of grants from the government. How do you think they able to keep up? Though it's just not our ties that and offerings that keep those buildings running. It's the funds that they get from the federal government to keep those big dome churches going, keeping our people and keeping control over our people through religion. And they're all in cahoots with it. But um, we need to get the message out to the people in those congregations.
Facts.
We really do. And a lot of ministers are not going to want us to come in there in their churches. They won't invite us with open arms to discuss this with their congregation. They will not. But we can catch them another way. We can knock on doors just like the Jehovah Witnesses do. We got to play the same game. We got to play the same game. That's what where groundwork comes in, footwork. Start knocking on the doors, and um, what I would what I would love for you to do, Chief, and help me with is writing up, something, maybe a 1 or 2 page document that we can, explain our history to our people and pass them out. But I really would, like you to help me with that. Because just like Jehovah Witnesses leave those watchtowers in our damn doors, we can leave flyers in their doors telling them, "Excuse me, you're Indian. You were lied to." We can do that and email it out. Yeah, I am you. Pass out the declaration, baby. You got that right. We could attach it right to the cover sheet. And why don't you come in on the panel? I wonder if I could paste it in there. Chief, you there? Oh, he stepped away for a minute. I am you. You think you can come in on the panel? I put the link in the chat. But I know, Chief, you're really good at dictating um, that type of information to me so I can put it together in a document. You're real good at that.
Okay.
I really would love for you, to give them a sense, a sense of information that explains that we were lied to about our history and the
Well,
things you need to know. And you're really good with dictating that type of information.
I think we gotta keep it simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it really, bullet points, um, because people don't have time to read a whole bunch of stuff. So once you, boom, here's a flyer. Oh, okay, we've been here, or what's this going on? You know what I mean? Whole concept of America first, us pushing that concept or whatever. You know,
Hmm.
there's an explanation behind it. So that's the conversation if you get to have that conversation in this campaign that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We also say,
Hmm.
hey, is there a need for peace amongst our people? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, well we all can agree on that. See what I'm saying? Is there a need for economic empowerment? Okay, we can all agree on that. What about political empowerment? Oh yeah, we can all agree on that. You see what I'm saying? So we
Hmm.
don't have to touch the religion. We don't have to. We could just touch the social, political stuff, economic stuff. Leave all the other stuff behind because then we're gonna get distracted. Oh well, it's a Moor. No, 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 it's a Christian. No, 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 it's a Hebrew. No, 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 none of that. So that further lets you know that they are part of the agenda because this has nothing to do with religion. You could be it's Christians in the damn chat room right now, but they Aboriginals. They don't. That's not the conversation. See what I'm saying? Majority of the people that's listening, that's been listening, or some sort of religion. Everybody's not atheist. That's not true. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So we got to understand that and figure out how to extract power from that. If that means write your own book. That means tell your own stories or whatever the case may be. But then guess what? That's what they're doing. It's just a story. But it's just like the book of Eli. You know what I'm saying? Who gets to tell the story first, essentially? And that's what it was about. It gets the power over the people, and that's what we're talking about. So we got to stop letting them tell the story first. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So that's kind of that's what I see with this situation. Um, yeah, it gets tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Um,
reading some information on the Trail of Tears, and it just disgusted me, when I was reading about it, you know, um, stating that, that uh, the Indian Removal Act, which was really created to force the Indians out for white settlement. That's literally what it states. I said, okay, so that right there in a nutshell tell you who the damn real Indians are. If you're forcing us out through the Indian Removal Act for white settlement, then what the hell is the color of the Indians? What colors does that make the Indians? White? No.
I mean, I mean, the people that they said in the early 1800s, right? The 1810s, 12, 13, 14, shit like that or whatever, were all free people of color. And these people were different tribes, different, Pequot or, you know what I'm saying? Paul Cuffey was Pequot. He was selling in the 1600s, going
Hmm.
back and forth, trade and stuff like that or whatever. Who is he trading with? How could
Exactly.
he trade? Like, why? What's going on? Like, we gotta have these conversations. So they want
If
to
you
make you believe
exactly, Chief.
that they the only person, the only people could rebel or throw tea in the harbor or they just took all the credit for everything. Sail boats, like y'all ain't
Yeah.
no boat, or you didn't get
Yeah.
on a boat. We brought you over here, and then we hooked you up with some other black people that was over here. That's dumb. People say the
Exactly.
dumbest shit, and so we still move off that dumb information. So like I said, anybody that have a problem, anything I'm saying, what you have to do is provide the sources for this imaginal slavery for real. Provide provide the sources to tell me how Pan Africanism is not dead. Like, you got to provide the source for that because one, there's nothing, no show of power that comes from any Pan Africanism. And I could even look back at now and look at the first Million Man March to the second Million Man March in 2015. 20 years later, nothing. Same, bro. Y'all, do y'all get it? Do you understand what's going
Yes,
on?
I
This
understand
is the
clearly.
problem. We
I
are
understand.
empowering everybody else but ourselves every time.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes.
So it all goes back down to what we're saying economically. If you're not in economic power, you are a slave. Period. And we don't understand that. So people going back and forth. Yo, if you got a job,
You're a slave.
you're a
I'm a slave
slave.
for the state of Connecticut. Surely am. Surely am.
Shit.
I ain't got no
If you
damn
paying
power.
taxes, that means you're a serf. You're a slave. Serfdom.
Damn right.
Slave. So it
Absolutely.
all is. So freedom is the American way. So if this is supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave, then what are we talking about? Who was free? Who were the braves?
Exactly.
We're the free. We the brave. And you have to be able to speak that into existence. You can't just keep saying, "Hey, I'm a slave." Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Daniels wasn't. Jack Daniels probably was a brother in the first place. They just split you in half. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll make you a slave. You know what I'm talking about? They'll make Jack Daniels a slave and the dude at the same time. And we'll take the story. Listen, y'all, I don't care who's reading the story to you. Somebody wrote it. So if I gotta continue while I'm reading the story, tell you, hey, well, Dodge the hijack, hey, they're fucking up right here. I mean, then you should understand that the inaccuracies that these books, or these things, articles and stuff, no matter who they're coming from, y'all, like you gotta tell the truth about that. And a lot of times we tend to judge, which is crazy to me, a scholastic, prowess based off of books that other people wrote that don't have your community's best interests at heart. So it goes back to Dr. Leonard Jeffries, like I was saying earlier. He was talking about they were pushing this African culture for the last 50 years on the people.
Yeah.
Think
Yep.
about that, y'all.
Yep.
Taking thousands of people to Kemet, being at the universities, lecturing, right? And you got to think about some of these brothers are sharp. The brothers, like, think about all the great minds that turn to the African side of the Pan African side of the game. Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, and all these people will tell you that they people is indigenous to America, that they know their grandmamas and shit like that. So
Yep.
they already know this, and like I heard Dr. John Henry Clark say he didn't know nothing about Africa until after he left the farm and went and got indoctrinated in school and stuff like that with the shit when he went to New York.
Yeah.
Speakeasies and stuff like that. Who do y'all think were funding these things?
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, man, we had Italian. Like he said, they had Italian partners. They was partnering with the mafia. Like this was Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Maybe I gotta go watch this interview. You might have to. Yeah, I might play it. I don't know. This shit crazy. So you were like mafia? No, Jewish. You had Jewish partners. Okay, that will had you guys fighting against each other. Y'all get it? Y'all understand? If y'all don't understand, then you have to. I don't know what to tell you. That's the history of the Pan African whole Back to Africa movement. Comes from, and it happened all in the last 50 years, along at the same time where they got your ass way over there in metaphysical land, right? Chasing monkey booty, right? They taking the land, they taking the resources right here. And this is real. Like this shit is pissing me off. Like it makes me mad.
Yeah.
Like, infuriated because the shit you niggas teach has real life consequences. Real
Yeah.
shit. It has
It
real life
does.
consequences. Detrimental to these babies, detrimental to our ancestors, your goddamn ancestors. These niggas be talking against their grandma and their mama and shit. But she don't know nothing. Nah, nigga, you don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad Murdoch, you said because Chinese man was never no black man Negro, um, or colored person. So if there um, was only black or white, what were these other non-white groups? If they had to identify as white according to the federal laws. It was they only recognized white and black. So if you were Asian, they had to identify as white. How you doing? Peace.
I've been in the building.
Peace, peace. What's going on, everybody? Blessings, blessings.
Blessings.
Yeah,
Your
man.
mic is muted. So, like I said, Chief, I think the first thing, the thing we need to do is start groundwork with our people because just like me and you didn't know, you said, remember how you were saying that you was the most African man in the world at one time, and then you started looking at things and saying, well, wait a minute, and the more you research, the more you found out, that no, this ain't true. Why am I representing African? I'm not even African. So that's where
Well,
our people are now. They think they African, and it just disgusts me in the month of February. Oh, I can't stand the month of February. Yeah, I see people walking around, black people walking around like representing Africa, and none of them even been to Africa before. Don't know
but
one person in Africa.
that's the beautiful part about everything they doing that they did. Like the tragedy about it. I said beautiful, but it was a coup de grace on us, right? You know what I'm saying? You got groups, you got basketball, football, all these different people who were being funded to push this back to Africa movement. Now, this is before any DNA companies have ever been thought of. Now, think about this.
Hmm.
How did they do it, right? How did they fool Dr. John Henry Clark? How did they fool these people,
How did they
right?
fool who?
How did they fool these people that they came from Africa, right, without any DNA? Because none of them, none of their grandmothers, none of their mothers never told them they was from Africa, right?
That's right.
So how did how did we accept this? Like, what was the acceptance? What made us accept this? You see, you understand my point? So it only had to be the educational system which they pushed. We've already broke that down. We're going to have to go back over that too, where the CIA put African American studies into the curriculum at the schools. They
Yes.
funded this stuff, and they have been trying. They have been kept coming back and back and back doing this since like the 30s. And we kept rejecting it. We kept rejecting the schools. We kept rejecting the schools. We kept, nah, we don't want that shit. Nah, we cool. We are not Africans. No, we don't want to go back to Africa. But they'll tell you like, oh, all y'all went, a whole bunch of y'all was talking this African shit, and y'all was a part of these African book clubs and shit like that. No, niggas was wholeheartedly like, nah, we cool on the African stuff, B. Money grip. You know what I mean? They wasn't with none of that. They was literally like rejecting the shit. So Roots was like,
That was the starting
there
point.
it
What was
goes.
that?
Oh my
Back in the
God.
Yes, back in
Oh my
19. I never
God.
forget that shit. I was in fifth grade when that damn movie came out, and
Wow.
black people went to school. We went to school. We was angry. We had to go to school because back during that time it was predominantly white teachers
Shit
in
still
our
is.
elementary schools. Predominantly white teachers, and we had to go to school and look at them. Oh, them damn teachers were scared to even come to school to teach because it made us angry seeing Kucha Kinte getting whipped, and that's how they indoctrinated us with that bullshit.
I mean, it's called buck breaking. You know what I mean? Well, like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll take the biggest and strongest of y'all, or whatever, right? Maybe not even the biggest and strongest, just the weakest motherfucker. Beat
Hmm.
beat this nigga to death in front of everybody, or rape him in front of everybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like everybody else sitting there like, oh shit. So that's all Roots was, and all these other buck breaking ass movies. Just a psychological put you in your place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they keep
Hmm.
making them. So the next studio make them, man, we should shut that motherfucking studio down. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, we don't want another slave motherfucking movie. I don't want to see another motherfucker drug dealer movie. None of that
Hmm.
shit, bro. I'm cool on y'all, bro. Like, seriously,
Yes.
at this point right now. You know what I mean? And so
Hmm.
we gotta do better, y'all. We really do. We
Yeah.
gotta stop allowing people to create our culture for us. make it a
Yeah,
slave culture. Oh, our food is a slave food. It's not soul food. It's slave food. Our culture is a slave culture. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a slave
yeah,
mentality. So when I asked the question, what if we were in economic empowerment? Would we be socially at the bottom? Right? We're at socially at the bottom right now. We're economically at the bottom right now. Those two things go hand in hand. Trust me.
yeah. I agree.
Fuck what you talk about. So when we're talking about this conference, the America First Peace and Prosperity Conference, Las Vegas, Nevada, Aboriginal People Day weekend, October 9th through the 12th, right? The tour is what we're talking about promoting culture, reaching out to our people, Sister Bethy, being able to hand them flyers, being able for them to be able to see the original tribal wear, the Aboriginal America shoes, AmericanAboriginalShoes.com, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like walking like guys so they could see certain stuff, right? And then not only they're seeing the visuals, but now message, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? And if we got to trick them, meaning we come where you at, right? If that's at the club, then we're gonna be at the club, busting it down. And I don't do no club, none of that shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I left that alone back in '92. I don't do clubs no more. Life is too important for me. And this right here, I really want to, donate my time getting this education out to our people. And now, what I'm noticing in the media and with the different governments, they're trying to really um, upgrade the education for the urban community from an economic standpoint. But still, they don't, and that's only because all this information is coming out. We're learning who we really are. You know what I mean? I mean,
right,
it just makes no sense that the inner cities are predominantly copper colored people. And why is it year after fucking year we come out with a fucking white mayor, a white police chief, as many copper colored people that are in the urban community? I don't understand why we keep coming out with a fucking white governor. I'm tired of that shit. I'm really tired of it. It's too many of us. A white police chief, a white everything. And we dominate the urban community. It makes no sense.
that's a fact. Man, this shit
I mean,
crazy.
we got to beat their ass. We got to beat their ass with their own paper trail. They created a paper trail for themselves. And the paper trail that we have on them from the signing of birth certificates, from when the baby's born in the hospital, the mother filling out the form, and the damn form in capital bold letters. I can't wait to A1 get on so he can see this. Capital bold letters. You cannot take this paper home. You have to fill it out at the hospital and give it to the hospital's register.
Yeah, they
What kind
say
of
that the
shit is
mother's
that?
first informant. They say your mama's the first snitch on you. Like she's snitching on you. Oh, you was just born. Here you go. Like she signed you over right there. So I think that's an interesting concept. Um, you know, not only the fact that they stealing everything and injecting us and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? As babies. So it gets deep, y'all. It really do. It gets real deep.
Yeah.
When we talking about the stuff, yeah, A1 should be popular.
Yeah.
Um,
I really don't care if anybody in the audience is not feeling what I'm feeling because I say what I say. I say it because I'm living this and I don't like it. I don't like it that we have a white governor every time I turn around, white mayors, white senators. It makes no sense.
I mean, because we don't think as a voting bloc, even if it is, okay, De Blasio, for instance, in New York. Now he talks good. Hey, I got a black wife. I got mixed children, so I feel your pain. So niggas fell for it, right? But the only way he was gonna get in office is if niggas backed him up.
Hmm.
So okay. Well, what comes with this? jobs. We need 20% more jobs. Da 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 da. Whatever. Right. These are things that we need to get. Grants to bring businesses, manufacturing back into the community to revitalize the community. Give construction companies, you know, uh, grant money and stuff like that or whatever that hire within these communities, train within these communities, right? Apprenticeship programs where you could train young men while they training. Fuck all that. Come on a job, you get the training, and you get paid at the same time a good wage that'll make a young man say, "Yo, you know what? I'll go over there and do that hard ass work right there. And I'm getting a bunch of, I'm making an honest living. You know what I'm saying? I'm making the hard work, earn money that you gain a skill with carpentry, mason, cement, whatever, right? These are very important skill sets that we need. Everybody can't be a farmer. Plus, you got it ain't like it's gonna be 100 niggas out there on a cotton field picking something, right? You got machines and stuff. You know what I mean? So we gotta think in the future.
Yeah, I agree with that,
Future
but
farming, future. Okay, if you're farming, and what about shipping? Like, how you gonna get it's gonna cost more, and it's gonna eat into profits to ship and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just packaging, all these type of things. You know, we got to figure it out. A lot of
well,
times people have these grandiose ideas. Oh, well, let's just farm. But yeah, okay. Well, we need a bunch of land. We need a bunch of equipment. A whole bunch of stuff that we don't have. So once again, it goes back to resources. We
well,
don't have the billions of dollars funding every year. You know what I'm saying? That's funding the groups that are actually doing things for the community. We see
well,
that we have groups that extract the stuff out the community. That's a problem with.
well, Chief, they do have those apprenticeship programs, and they do offer those programs. However, the only ones benefiting off of those programs are white boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, we have copper colored men that come out of prison and they take those courses in prison and they won't hire them. We don't need no. I'm tired of white owned businesses. We have copper colored men that can run farming businesses. We have copper colored men that know how to build stuff. Why it always got to be a white man behind the picture? Just like in Hollywood, when it comes to the music business, it's always a white man way in the back running the shit. But the front face is white, is black people. Fuck that. I want black owned stuff.
I mean, they
I'm
always
tired of
been
that. I'm tired of working
always
under
been
them.
behind
What
it.
the fuck?
That's the problem.
We
So
have
we
very
always
educated black men that are very good architect and engineers and that build stuff. That's what we need. The hell with working in white people's businesses. I'm tired of it.
well. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, we get. I mean, that's the whole problem. And then look, everybody in America, including us, will be against you when you're trying to build infrastructure for us. Like, what I'm saying, we want an Aboriginal town or Aboriginal businesses, or incubators, or systems across America, right? Think about this. If these things are there, you get training, you get funding, you get a whole bunch of things that people need. Health, what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that could be actually funded in the United States of America that will stop the violence and things that are happening in the communities. So they know that violence is directly attached to, and crime is directly attached to economics. So once again, I go back to the economics. And we're talking about, oh man, man, I said something about raising $2 million. It wasn't like was gonna have my hand out raising $2 million, but raising $2 million can look in a lot of ways. Okay, well, we're gonna work for 1.75 million of it. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we're gonna get this other from this sector, and we get some from this. So we can't think like, yo, so slow. $2 million is not a budget to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? Well,
Hmm.
in reality, but if we could take a little nothing and turn it into something, And that's the problem. So when we got people that got a whole bunch of stuff, then they got nerves to be buying $2 million cars or going to do this dumbass shit over here, going to do some dumbass shit over here. And then we over scratching our heads like, what? You mean the battery, the oil change is $10,000 on this car? Like $200 to fill up the air of the tire? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's goofy. So niggas just do goofy shit just to say that they're doing something over somebody else. And once again, you still socially at the bottom. And that's a problem.
Yes, that is a problem.
You still see it. Yeah, it's a problem.
Haya El Bay, whoever you are, you asked the question, why are you asking for funding from the white taxpayers? First of all, because it's our fucking money. There's more black, copper colored people employed paying into the tax system than there is white people. It's our money. That's why we're asking for it. But they're doing what the fuck they want to do with our tax dollars.
Facts.
That's why.
Including earmarking certain dollars for nothing.
They're making the decisions on what to do with our tax money, our federal tax money that they take out our paychecks. For instance, Social Security system. How the fuck you gonna tell? My husband dies. Okay, my husband drops dead, and that leaves me to fend for myself and care for myself. And you tell me I can't collect his Social Security until I'm 60 years old. But a motherfucking foreigner could come in this country and get food stamps off my same tax dollars, including the money my husband made before he died. They have access to that money right away. It's because, and you're telling me because they're coming in from a crisis, they're refugees. I'm in a fucking crisis. I had my husband. Huh?
Right.
I'm in a crisis. That's my mother. That's my husband's money. So you're saying you're taking my husband's hard-earned money and giving it to foreigners? Fuck that.
Facts.
And I might not never see my husband's Social Security because I worked all my life. My salary is way more than his, so I won't never see it. So his money that he's been working for all his life is being given to fucking foreigners that come over here. That's what the hell food stamps is. That's why when you're a foreigner, the first thing they give you is a damn EBT card, food stamps. That's federal dollars. That's a federal program. Those are my federal dollars. That's why I want to ask a white man for my fucking money.
Hey, speaking of that, anybody got any EBT for sale?
Right. And then they selling food stamps.
2 for 1, man. 2 for 1. Hell no. Oh man, hey man, I feel
people do be
crazy.
selling food stamps.
Of course, I be looking.
They be selling them shit.
I've been buying since they was in the book.
We said they'd have our picture on it with our hand like this. The little food stamps. My mother had them suckers. We had them.
I've been buying them for years.
What they had, the white ones, it was green and purple. I think the $5 bill was purple.
Hey,
I used to be so glad to get a damn food stamp and run to the corner store and get me a damn honey bun with some cheese doodles.
Yeah. Even reparations, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I do too.
I do. I just don't believe being attached to them like that. So, I try to help the economy, go to candy houses, your local, fuck the dispensaries, go to the local dispenser. You know what I'm saying? Try to, what I mean, the barbershops that's in the community, whatever.
No, Nathan.
Shops, support the real, y'all. Like, we got to start supporting each other. So going back to the raising of money, though, right? Okay. So during the time period, from now to October, us raising money or whatever, not only for this event, but for all the different programs and things that we're kickstarting. So you got people that'll do a Kickstarter, right, to make a potato salad, to make a dumbass movie. whatever, do whatever they, need the money for. You know what I'm saying? So we're saying that we need the money to create industry, to create jobs, to save lives in America. What? We need $2 billion or more budget annually. That is work. B with a billion. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it, Sister Bethy. I don't know. Let me check on A1 real fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna
See
send
what's
them a
going
text.
on.
I'm well.
You got it. Okay.
I want to sue people. I'm sorry. I'm ready to go up against the government. But when you say that, people get so scared. They don't want to politically fight. And it just makes me angry. I mean, how long are we gonna sit here and let them do this shit to us? We need to fight them politically with their own shit. They're on our shit, and that's why when they see us, they get nervous because they know that they're on our shit. It's our shit, not theirs.
Right. That's facts.
I mean, they get nervous.
Once again,
They
though, it
get nervous
starts.
when people come into the town halls to look at land records. Oh, they get real nervous.
Yeah, we need all that there. But yeah, it's the social engineering. We allow these people to to set our agenda, right? Okay, Cliff Huxtable is the agenda, right? Sport coat is the agenda. Uh, you know, we already got them in Indian school. Now they're teaching Indian school, right? Indian Negro school to the people. That's the whole concept. That's what they're doing. We're on automatic pilot to continue to push this thing and remain the buffers or the you know what I'm saying? So it's not a black white thing, it's a system thing, right? It's a system thing, and that's what we gotta understand. And once we can get past the black white thing, I think we're gonna start getting more power. You know what I'm saying? And once again, power comes at with wealth and resource.
Well, yeah, but how are we gonna get there?
Well, we got to work. That's what we said. We're going to work. We're going to put this work in. We're going to hit the road. We're going to, shake a lot of hands, uh, break a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? Really, really get out here to our people. There's people out there that got resources, got certain things, or we can finesse their resources. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but whatever we got
Yes,
to do, if
I'm with you. I am you.
right, and we gotta, in order to get whatever, we gotta sell, do a fundraiser to sell 2 million fucking candy bars, right? Whatever we got to do, we need to get on it.
Yeah, we need to.
That's the concept. And we
Yeah, we need. I am you. I would really love to do that. I mean, as far as the economic part, that's something that you really master in chief. Oh, I think we lost him. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all put a number one in the chat room if you can hear me? Oh, good. Yeah, we lost Chief. He'll be back in. Um, I am you. I'm really with you, Chief and Ty Data, and they're really good at that. Economic awareness thing. But my thing is, I really want to focus on getting the word out to our people who they are. They need to know this. Then I really think once we find out, I mean, I know you must felt it gave you a sense of a different feeling when you found out that you were indigenous to this land and you were American Indian. It changed my whole outlook on everything. And I think once everybody gets that, the shootouts that we have in amongst each other is really going to change. It's going to change amongst our people. There's going to be a breaking, a breaking of the yoke of this, gang banging and stuff when they find out who they are. Because right now they don't know who they are. And I think once they find that out, I really believe our
of
people
course,
change.
of course, that's the whole concept of peace. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole concept of peace, right? Now don't get it twisted. That's not the only thing, you know what I'm saying? Because we were fighting before anybody got here. You know what I'm saying? And why they were here the whole time. So that was the reason they took advantage of our beefs, our sectarial wars, our economic wars. They exploited it. It makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, that's a historical fact. So they wasn't like, oh man, they came over here all buffed up and beat us up. That's game. That's a story. Like I want y'all to believe that we came over and beat you up, raped and murdered you guys, and that's why you guys look a little different or whatever because you guys are carrying our bloodline. Dumb. That's dumb. When everybody else is carrying our blood. So when you see the similarities, stop looking at it like you looking over to Europe, Africa for your people. When we are the grandmothers and fathers of civilization. Respect to the check it. That's what you could do. Now, we not emulating nobody else on the planet. Everybody else is trying to emulate us. Y'all see how this works? And if we do find ourselves liking something that everybody else is doing, guess what? It came from us first. So if you niggas is over there in Kemet like, oh, it's pyramids and unks and wings, all that shit come from America first. It's older in America, sir, ma'am. Sorry. Shout out to JT, man. Oh, these niggas is going crazy, son. So
A1
yeah,
just text me. He'll be here shortly. He just
that's what
texted me.
that's what's up. Shout out to
Yeah.
Hunter with the guide. So yeah, man, we gotta stop playing, yo, with these people, man. So now
Yeah.
we're gonna keep on playing. We're gonna keep on playing, and next thing you know, niggas gonna be really in some chains, really somewhere in bondage, right? Now, when we say we don't have to go against the government, the crazy part about this is business. This has nothing to do whether or not you love America, you American, you want to see America succeed. That's true, but you want fairness and you want to be repaired and you want restitution for things that have happened to you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? If you falsely
Yes.
put in prison, you've been cheated out of land, you've been cheated out of money, you've been right miseducated, whatever the case may be, right? All these things that have already been settled in court. We don't have to go back to court. What you have to do is just, hey, this is who I am. So what you said is self-identifying is the number. Fuck that. I don't care what y'all talk about. People like genealogy, all that's just cool. But then, okay, it's about self-identifying. Fuck,
Yeah.
they gonna tell you who you are.
Exactly. My point.
What you talking about? I'm be like,
Telling us who the fuck we are since birth, and it needs to stop.
and that's the trick. And they can always go back. Well, your mama did this. We didn't do this to you. We didn't hold a gun to her head and tell her to put you down as an African or black or Negro, colored or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You gave her
So
no other choice.
that, they give you that illusion, right? But guess what? According to law, if you once you tracing these birth certificates that you telling people to go trace, right? Once they
Hmm.
trace these birth certificates as far back as you can trace birth certificates of anybody in your family, right? That have your
Hmm.
bloodline, that you can trace yourself to, right? If they have on colored or Negro on these documents, right? That means that you are of the copper colored Aborigines or Negro de Terras, aka America. You are a
Amen.
part of the indigenous people of America. Period. You don't have to go back to
Amen.
1611,
That's
right?
right.
Or 1488. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
No, we
People,
don't.
you don't. You don't have to do all that to prove that you are American Aborigine, American Indian, native to this land, or indigenous to this land, or whatever term fuck you that you want to use. Okay, wake up, grow the fuck up. Stop being so goddamn childish. That's the dumb shit. Niggas is just childish as fuck. Oh, I'm so I want to be this so bad. I want to be everybody but American so goddamn bad.
No.
You
We
want to
need,
be a Chinese
yeah.
motherfucker, a Hindu motherfucker, a Arab motherfucker, a,
Yeah.
a Sumer motherfucker. Ain't got nerve to be like, hey, you niggas is pushing black power. That's dumb. No, you're pushing foreign power, motherfucker. That's y'all
Exactly. Exactly.
foreign power.
We need, me and IMU, Chief, we really need to write a letter and send them shits certified to every vital statistics commissioner across the states, letting them know that they need to cease and desist from creating such policies. With a
It's
carbon copy to the damn president and the Department of Interior. We really do. That's how we got it. We got to fight them back with their paperwork.
It's
That
called the
works. Paper trail works, and they have to keep that paper and leave it open to the public.
it's called the Declaration of Reclamation of
Yeah,
our,
yeah, that too. But the declaration got to have a cover letter too.
of our natural rights and our identity.
Yes, we need to send it certified. It's 50 states, so that's 50 damn commissioners of 50 different vital statistics officers, and we need to send them to the governors of each state, certified. And I'm willing to do that. It's not a letter of threat. It's the damn truth. They need to cease and desist from doing this.
I mean, we're really,
Fucking crazy.
it's just like that governor of Virginia, right? Shout out to Curie Mayo that he was showing the clip, and
Fucking
he was
bastard.
talking about the the that people that it wasn't slaves. They were talking about the 20-some odd Negroes that came in.
Yeah.
Slavery, they didn't have slavery at this time period. But this is when we talk about the 1400s. So these people was not slaves. They were on a ship. Some people even say they were on vacation when they got caught up. But they went back home. They didn't even stay. They didn't like come here and get working in nobody's farm or working in nobody's house. They sent their ass back.
Yeah, because they were too
Went
sick.
back on their own. They were like, man, I'm going home. They wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
British were taking over the Dutch. I mean, the Dutch and the British, same people, were taking over Spanish vessels. They were going to war with each other.
And a lot of them names that was on the slave ship list, they weren't even our names. They were like, what were they? They were like Spanish names.
Which that's another thing too, though. These are our names. We the original of everything. They didn't come up with shit. So when these
Yeah.
motherfuckers, they're the Rodriguez and Hernandez. Nah, fuck out of here. So I
Those
don't
are
even.
Spain names.
These
White,
are
the European Spaniards, not your
yeah,
um
our sons.
not
Them
your
our sons.
Latino today Latinos.
Them
Those are
niggas is
white.
our sons. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Them niggas
Mm,
is our. We not. It's not the opposite. You niggas is our sons. So they're just translating the languages and stuff that they found when they came here or changing them. So Juan goes to John, John's son, right? So now you the son of John, right? Or Juan, right? But because now it's English, now it's John. You the son of Johnson. Uh, you the son of John, right? So everybody in this family is now Johnson. You the son of Jack or Jock, right? French,
mhm.
Jock, Jack. Same shit, bro.
Mhm.
Jockson. I'm saying so Jackson.
Yep. Yep.
Nah, it wasn't because a white man was like, take my name here, I'm gonna rape you guys and beat you guys, and man,
That's some
slavery wasn't
bullshit.
even built like that, man. Like motherfuckers wasn't beating people. It was the rules. Like it's like going to your job and then motherfuckers is beating you to death at your job. Like, oh, you didn't you didn't produce enough tonight, so now you're gonna get an ass whooping. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Get out of here. That's a story called Huck Finn or Uncle Tom's Cabin. I mean, so you
There you
niggas need to
go.
know it's a fictional novel. Sorry.
And I still can't get out my head. I still got the picture in my head. I'm trying to picture a few white boys going all the way to another damn country of strong ass
Niggas.
black niggas and taking slaves and not get their ass whooped. Shit,
Man.
that tell you today they can't even hold a black guy down in handcuffs. You got to shoot his ass and kill him. The
Man.
fuck. So if you got to do that to one black guy, one brown guy from the hood, imagine them going over there to Africa where they were much more stronger. The air pollution wasn't fuming up their body and making them weak like the air climate is today. They were much stronger back then.
Well, the depiction of the people that they encountered when they came here, they said that we were well built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, our black man, they sure got some bodies. Well,
Giants.
yeah.
About the giants that they
Huh.
encountered when they came here. How strong and fast and shit we were. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We're the when it all comes down to physicality, nobody's more physical than the American Aborigine. Period. On this planet, we'll whoop all y'all asses. You understand what I'm saying? That's how that works. So we've only beat each other. Nobody's ever beat us. We got to get back to that. So they say, well, the white man just came in and beat us. That's a story. We are still here. What are you talking about? You're socially beat down. You're economically evaporated. Like we have given it all away. That is the problem. And once you allow somebody to teach your children that you are kunta them, this is the problem that you're having, y'all. I'm telling y'all, there's nothing else. We're making it seem like it's all this extra shit. No, you niggas is being psychologically enslaved, emotionally enslaved, spiritually enslaved, economically enslaved, which makes you a what? Slave. God damn. That's the problem. So we over there like, yo, man, we being the quote unquote Harriet Tubman, you know what I'm saying, trying to lead people to freedom, and they like, nah, we want to continue to be slaves. It's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing to me. And people know about Willie Lynch, but still allow Willie Lynch to control everything, or control our whole existence, or how we deal with each other, or how we don't deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? I think it's absolutely insanity. There's it's like it must be like a signal or something, like on They Live, that make us crazy to even be on this level. Like seriously, it has to be like we need to go find that system or something, tear it down, and niggas walk around like, oh shit, like what was I thinking? You know what I mean? Wake up,
Yeah,
clear.
I agree. Especially Navers, they shipped them damn Mexicans to come in and take over the whole landscape industry. You see them every damn where, cleaning lawns of professional buildings, even cleaning windows. Foreigners that can't even speak English.
That's a whole nother other debate, whole nother discussion, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is, but I mean, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And they brought in the people. Look how many people from India are over here now. Them are the new niggas. That's what they call them. Them the new niggas. Those people from Indians. Niggas with straight hair and business suits running the damn United States computers. No, we need to get that declaration out to the 50 states. Seriously, we need to. I mean, I'm tired of waiting. It's put together. Can we mail it out now, Chief, to the 50 states?
Yeah. I thought we had.
It needs to go to each governor
I
because
thought
they're the head of every state agency.
well, whatever. We definitely need to tighten everything up, and maybe not just one time. It has to be a series of, cause, just because you send, I get plenty of emails. I don't open. I don't respond. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, I don't, I don't know what that is, or feel me? Or I don't have to necessarily respond to every email. You know what I'm saying? But it's not pertaining to anything I'm interested in. You feel my point? So socially, we have to always keep applying the pressure. And the more people are asking these questions, you know what I'm saying, this year to the Census Bureau, to just even asking questions, in their own families, you know what I'm saying? I think, it's gonna spark more change. You know what I'm saying? Like we are asking questions as one thing about the ADOS, they asking the real question. But what about our lineage? We've been here all this time and whatever, right? What are you talking about? You answer my point? So it starts
Yeah.
opening portals in people's minds. But wait a minute, 400 years? Wait a minute. That don't make sense. 1619 is when we came here. Really? That doesn't make sense. So that's been debunked. But the stories that they're telling that they're putting this box, 400 year biblical number, and they cramming you into it. Stop it. It's ridiculous.
Well, we got the declaration. We got a document that could speak into existence what we want. But right now, they need to cease and desist their policies against our people. They need to teach allow our children to learn who they really are in school and stop shoving African down their throats. Because I'm tired of it. I don't recall Martin Luther King identifying as African. Do you?
Sure didn't.
I don't. In none of his speeches have I ever heard him say we African Americans.
Remember, he went to Morehouse. They wasn't going for that African shit there. They didn't have no when he went to Morehouse. They didn't have no African American studies, right? That's what Dr. Benham helped usher into the. Now remember, Dr. Benham was working for UNESCO. Oops, my bad, y'all. Sorry.
I can't remember if I heard Muslims say it, but I think I did at one point hear a Muslim. I forgot what you call them, what they name themselves. The head of them, each Muslim mosque. Oh, I forget what they call him.
Imam.
Yeah, Imam. He was even in the nation.
What?
Even in the nation, they call Imam. I thought Imam was like for the
Oh,
Sunni Muslims.
those are called ministers.
Yeah, the ministers, right?
They
In
kind of
the nation, I heard him discuss slavery. He said they enslaved us for 400 years, but I can't recall if he identified as African, those slaves as Africans
well. Here's the
in
thing.
his speech.
When people say it like that, it's a psychological game that they're playing. Oh, they enslaved us for 400 years. 400 years. Well, it wasn't 400 years.
It couldn't
Even
have
if
been.
1619 to 1865, God damn it, is that 400 years? Oh no, it's not. Okay, right? Slavery's been so-called abolished since 150 years or so, right? So that means that you subtract 150 from 400.
Hmm. Oh, you dying out, Chief. I can't hear
I,
you.
I say, well, why would somebody keep pushing the 400-year fantasy when it's clearly not 400 years? I've already cut it in half, right? So then we start shaving it down even more. I came out to about 75 years. So then during those 75-year period, oh, we don't have any goddamn records to prove none of this shit existed. So how would I be able to get reparations if I have to prove that I was a slave or I'm a descendant of illegal slavery, right? Because the dudes that are in prison right now fucked up some type of way, right? They're in prison. Guess what? If you turn around and say everybody in their family, everybody that looks like them, right? Everybody that looks like them, even if they're not in your family, makes you a eternal slave as well. But you just free. Get the fuck out of here. It's the dumbest y'all listen, y'all listen. The slave narrative couldn't work for business. It you always have the clock is always running, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you own the clock, motherfucker. Think about that. You own the clock 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So that means that you're gonna have to get as much production out of these people as possible. But it's not that much to do every day. You don't have these type of like, you know what I'm saying? They act like these niggas had servant, like niggas, everybody was a servant. It wasn't enough houses, it wasn't enough people, like a small amount of people that could even afford to have employees, let alone have live in 100 fucking slaves that you would have to house and feed. That's dumb. Like it, yeah. I don't. The whole slave. They be like, oh, this man, he had 400, he had 400 employees. He did not have 400 slaves. He would have never
Right,
made any money. He had to feed these niggas, house these niggas, and their families. Everybody's dumb.
right.
It's dumb. Slavery is fake, brothers and sisters.
Yes,
It's fake system,
yes.
fake situation, and they always telling us dumb shit. Oh well, well white people were servants and prisoners, prison, and all these other things. Everything other than a slave, right? Slavery is only slave, for us, specifically us. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't
ask themselves, oh, every March or May, for instance, right? They celebrating slavery. They're not celebrating slavery. They're celebrating independence, right? Cinco de Mayo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear them talking about slavery? They not.
No,
Nobody.
no.
Every race of people has been enslaved or being enslaved, right? But nobody else has celebrated slavery but us. Like we have a fucking slave holiday. We like, oh yeah, slave month. And then niggas get mad at you because you saying, oh, well that's a psychological warfare. That's not true. Pull out the records. Oh man, you just trying to be a coon. You want to forget. Like we gonna like that's gonna stop the white man from being supreme over us. Well, yeah, you're never gonna do anything by you saying that you've been dominated, that you bend over as a man and like to be dominated.
Mm-hmm.
Some women like to be dominated. I don't think men are supposed to ever want to be dominated. So I'm always gonna resist that till I can't breathe no more. Till they the last breath come out the body. I'm fighting. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
I
If
know that's right.
you ain't about that life, man, get the fuck out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Real shit. I'm telling y'all, please, 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 do not get caught being in the way. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be good. There's a bunch of you punks in the way. Like straight up. Don't get caught being in the way, bro. It's not good. Seriously, it's not good. It's not a good thing. Hold on, got the Hano L in the building. A1, what it do, my brother?
Oh, he's in here finally?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness. Hey, A1.
Peace, peace, peace.
Sorry to rush you.
What y'all got going on tonight?
Oh, we was talking about a lot of stuff. First thing being, I sent you that form. Did you get it, A1?
Let me see.
I sent it to your email, hoping you could pull it up so I could show everybody what I was talking about.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah. If you could share that on the screen.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Sylvias out there, Miss Sylvia Armstrong and Miss Sylvia Williams. Peace to the Sylvia.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Shout out to
Mr.
Tree.
Aboriginal Smith,
Yeah, man.
Black Wolf,
Black Wolf.
Sylvia, I am
Nathan.
you,
Shout out to Nathan. Black Shrimp in the building.
Miss Lita, Davis,
Hey,
Colleen, McLean,
big up.
especially Navers,
Peace, Empress.
Empress Hobart. She was in there. I seen her earlier. No, she must be at work. Pete Parker, Executive Sessions.
Peace. Pete Parker. Peace, Empress.
I love
Peace, my brother.
brainstorming with y'all.
Building. Yeah. PhD, Delaney, building. Welcome. When can the declaration
King Ra,
right now? Send everybody you think is needed. Um, Disrespectful TV in the building. Disrespectful TV. Who else we got in?
House of Nathan. Peace.
Nathan. Ooh,
Boo I am. Who I am.
we got Jim Jones in the building. Bird Gang in the building. What it do, Jim?
Somebody missing. Gretchen. That's who's missing. Damn. She better wake up.
That's right. That's right. We missing Gretchen. That's the crashed on us.
Yeah, she probably crashed on us. I'm about to get in touch with her now.
Can y'all see the screen?
Not yet,
Green
Chief.
radio.
Chief,
Damn.
A1 is trying to share the screen, Chief.
I, it's right there.
Oh, okay. Can we make it bigger?
Lucius Gaines in the building. Matthew Jones. Pieces of God, man. Shout out to all the great ones, man. We got N411 in the building. Peace, Empress. How you been doing? Original Nightwolf. OCO. King Roz in the building.
Black Wolf, View Feather,
In
Melanated
the building.
Empress.
Blue Feather. Hey, Blue Feather.
Copper Color Soldier.
Salute to the Copper Color Soldier in the building, man. What's up, brother? Hey, man, shout out to all the looky loos, too. You know what I'm saying? I know you learning something, too. Learning something as well, man. We can
It's
really
on.
appreciate
My bad, y'all. Y'all still getting a shout out.
it.
It's on the. No, I'm just saying it's on the screen right now. Sister Betty, you can see it.
Okay, yeah, I can see it now. I can make it big on my end. Okay, so.
Oh, let me go back to the top. Hold up.
Oh, okay. I
All
see
right.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can see it. I thought that was something at the top. All right.
So, like I was explaining to you guys earlier, I didn't have the sheet in front of me, but this is the mother's worksheet for child birth certificate. As soon as she have the baby, each state has their own, policy on um, birth certificates. But in Connecticut, this is our actual form. Can you scroll it up some? And basically, it's saying um, the information you provide below will be used to. I'm at the top, A1. I'm at the top. I'm reading just one little paragraph. The information you provide below will be used to create your child's birth certificate. The birth certificate is the document that will be used for legal purposes to prove your child's age, citizenship, and parentage. This document will be used by your child throughout his or her life. State laws provide protection against the unauthorized release of identifying information from the birth certificates to ensure the confidentiality of the parents and their child. It is very important that you provide complete and accurate information to all of the questions. In addition to information used for legal purposes, other information from the birth certificate is used by health and medical researchers to study and improve the death of mothers and newborn infants. Items such as parents' education, parents, not child, parents' education, race, and smoking will be used for studies but will not appear on copies of the birth certificate issued to your child. And then it tells you in bold print, parents, this form is not to be taken home. How the hell are you going to tell somebody not to take a form home? What if they can't fill it out and you know what I'm saying? What if they're illiterate? You can't take the form home. Please provide to your hospital's birth register before discharge. So that's something I have an issue with. Um, on the form, of course, the child's name. This is the only information that it asks about the child because we all have a right to self-identify. So in 1A, it's just all it wants is the child's first, middle, and last name and generational ID. That I found out that the generational ID is like if you're a millennium from Generation X, Generation Y, or the silent generation. That's what that is. And then the date of the child's birth, the plurality of the birth, of course, if it's twins, and the order that the child was born in. If it's you've just had one child, it's just your first, second, or third child. Then it goes down to the mother's legal name and mother's name prior to her first marriage, maiden last name given at birth on the birth certificate, and then her generational ID. And then go down A1. Keep going all the way down. And then it asks you your mother's birthplace, of course, the state and the United States territory. Whether it's Puerto Rico, you're going up too fast, honey. Go down some. Go down a little bit. There we go. The whether the mother's birthplace, of course, and the territories if they were born in one of the United States territory. And it says even though your marital status does not print on your child's birth certificate, it is necessary to register the record legally and properly. Failure to provide accurate material status information can cause legal difficulties throughout your child's life. Okay. So I guess from a genealogy perspective, it probably would. Um, Go down. That other part is irrelevant. I'm done with 2E. Go up. Go down. A1. Um, and then the acknowledgement of paternity from the parent, mother. Same thing with the father. Keep going down. A1. I'm done with that. They ask the same information um, for the father too. So you can keep going down A1 because it's just a duplicate. Okay, here it is right here. Where it gets into
Hold up,
identity.
hold up, real quick. Hold up. Do it
Mhm.
say? Oh, okay, all right, okay. You about to go with just the question I was about to ask you. Now, hold up. All
Oh,
right,
your
it's
screen
gonna
went
be,
down.
it's gonna hold up. It's gonna be after this right here. It should be right here. Race and ethnicity. All
Yeah,
right.
mother's spoken language, English, of course. Um, and then race and his and Hispanic ethnicity. Race and ethnicity are self-identification data items in which respondents choose the race or races with which they most closely identify and indicate whether or not they are of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. Race and ethnicity are considered separate and distinct identities. Please compete both items. So now it's giving you like the definition of Hispanic, Latina, or Spanish origin. And it's saying that Hispanic origin can be viewed as the heritage, nationality group, lineage, or country of birth of a person or the person's parents or ancestors before they arrived in the United States. People who identify their origin as Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish may be any race. That's interesting. And then it goes into Hispanic or Spanish origin refers to a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central America, or other Spanish culture or origin, regardless of race. Interesting. And then it goes into the definition of race categories. And it says a person may indicate self identification with two or more races by selecting multiple race categories. White refers to a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. It includes people who indicate their races as white or report entries such as Irish, German, Italian, Lebanese, Arab, Moroccan, or Caucasian. Then it gets to black, where it pisses me off, of course. Black or African American refers to a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. It includes people who indicate their races as black, African American, or Negro, or report entries such as African American, Kenyan, Nigerian, or Haitian. American Indian and Alaskan Native refers to a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. Bullshit. This is what pissed me off. So, in order to be considered that, you have to have tribal affiliation to be considered American Indian. Well, maybe so, because of the 5 federally recognized tribes.
But you know what though? Since they want to be an asshole and they put that in there, they caused the harm and they made it.
Yeah.
They caused it and they gave you your remedy. So
So this is why you could take that down, A1. This is what I wanted to share with the audience. And this is when I say we can get them with lawsuits through their own paper trail. This is coercion at its best. It's against the law. So you are forcing us to say that we're African. That's coercion.
no. And they ain't telling all them people that they from Africa. So I wonder what happened. Oh well, look, you see what it says for Asian. See what it says for Asian. So I wonder if somebody came from Papua New Guinea, came from the Melanesian Islands, or came from any of these other continents that's on the Pacific, and they look like us. What would they be classified as? I mean, I'm assuming that it's saying basically right there, Hawaiian, native Hawaiian. Now you see how this shit right here is, because they telling you that the people in this region right here is native, right? It's saying native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders, right? It's saying refer to a person having origins in any of the original people of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islands. Okay? Now, you want to go further down?
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick, hold up. Before we pass through there, hold up.
This shit pissed me off. That's a straight up lawsuit right there.
Well, that's the census also. So is this from the birth certificate questionnaire?
That's the when you have a baby in Connecticut, that's the form you got to fill out before you leave the hospital.
Yeah, that's the same. It matches up with the census.
But the thing about it, the form is not identifying the baby. It's only identifying the parent. That's what Connecticut will tell you because we have a right to self-identify. So they're saying basically when the baby grows up, they can self-identify, but you got to prove that you are Indian.
So,
So we technically we haven't self-identified, but I don't know if they're gonna turn around and say, "Well, we got some applications you filled out where you noted that you were African American." I'm gonna say, "Well, I was coerced to do that because that's what I was told. I wasn't really given the option."
but I wonder what these people right here will be classified as then. So they will be Pacific Islanders.
I
Hmm.
mean, they will make the Indian side of it, the Native American side of it.
But nah, but hold up. They got this right here for them. They got native Hawaiians or other Pacific Islanders. Refer to a person having origins in any of the original people in Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islands. So they telling you that them people don't identify as Africans.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now, I wonder what people would say about these black people. Like, oh, where they came from? Hold up, let me see. Hold on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so these not Africans, and these are other groups of black people who live in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see something. Look at these people right here. Look. These New Zealanders, these people from New Zealand, look.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So now,
yes, that's why I wanted you in here, because I knew you was gonna pull up the people.
well, look at this sister right here. I wonder what she gonna classify as?
Hello.
Now, but they get told it. But that's what I'm saying. Though, look, they telling you that all black people is not from, according to them, Africa, because these people will be in this category of racial. And then it gets even funnier, right? Because when it says Asian, right? Look, check this out. When it says Asian, right? It says refer to a person having origins in any of the original people of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, okay, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. All right, so I wonder what would the Asian people that live in the Pacific Islanders? Well, because that's the fuckery too, right? Because a lot of them people that's in them areas like Cambodia, there's black people, and well, you know, in China they hide it, but in India, well, them people in India don't consider themselves to be the same as us. But you have blacks in Japan, you have blacks. I never seen no blacks in Korea, but I know Melanesia, and I definitely know the Philippine Islands and Thailand. You know what I'm saying? The Negritos or the Moros in the Philippine Islands, these are niggas. And they look just like, let me see something. They look just like them. They the same fucking people. That what they did was they let the Asians come in there and mix with us. And then to throw off some of the fucking to throw off our ethnicity. Look at this brother right here. This brother right here, look. He from the Fijis. This nigga like Professor Griff a little bit. Let me see something.
Let me see them little kids with the blonde hair.
Oh, them the kids from the Solomon Islands. Well, I say West Papua New Guinea, but all that shit is the same.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Look at that hair, man.
Yep. Oh, look at these kids. Well, hold up. Same ones. So these is some more pictures. Solomon Islands. Look. So these ain't African. So when these people come here, you don't classify them as African. Let me tell you something, right? The people in South and Central America came from them islands that was connected to Mu. They didn't come from no fucking China. They came from the people in South and Central America came from whatever island, whatever shit connected from Mu. And they was born into it. And like I said, they never came from Asia like we think. These people came from them islands somewhere, because even when you go on them islands, like you see three different type of people. You see the Asian people who look Asian. You see the Negro Asians that got like Negro features like us, but just got the Asian color and the Asian hair. Then you see black people that look just like us. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, all them classifications, it shit get weird, and you know, and they even put Haiti. So they basically telling you, they say Nigerian or Haitians. You can't prove that the Haitians came from Africa.
Hello.
You can't, even though they would like to prove that, you cannot prove that, because I got documentation of the French taking the Natchez to Santo Domingo as so-called slaves. So, and it says it refer to a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. So now you don't have to classify as this. They forcing you to try to classify as this.
Exactly. They put that right.
We don't have no origins in there. We don't have no origins in. Who told you we got origins in Africa? You made that lie up.
Exactly. My point.
You made that lie up. Talking about we got African, and in order to be an American Indian, you have to, it's a refer to a person having origins in any of the original people, okay, of North and South America. It's including Central America, right? But then
Mm,
it says who maintains tribal affiliation, right? So they basically telling you you can't be it, but see that's when the trick come in. That's when the oh, well look what you did. Oh, you classified me as colored and you forced us not to say we was Indians.
exactly. That's
So
the
what?
lawsuit, coercion, identity theft, all that,
Mm-hmm.
all
Identity.
that.
They won't
Kick
even
their
let you
ass.
claim it. They won't even let you claim it. Talking about you look because of the hyper debt, well not the hyperdecimal laws, but the one drop rule and all these other rules that they made up to reclassify us as fucking Africans or say, oh well no, black people. That's why you would have to show me the original Indians of the southern coast and the northern coast. Show me them. You can't show me them. They're gonna say that they all mixed up. They're going and like I said, all of the tribes from fucking Canada all the way to fucking Florida or whatever, they're either white, mulatto, or black. When you look at all these
Mm-hmm.
tribes, you look at the Wapanaki, Garrett, you look at the other tribes, you see either white people identifying mulattoes or black people.
Mm-hmm.
We know white people came from Europe. So if we take away
Mm-hmm.
black people, the only people we got left is mulatto. So that would be so. Who is the original Indian? Where's the Indian come from? That's why I don't fuck with niggas who be throwing all this confusion shit or throwing aid. Them are not our people. And people who speak for us put them people up there and convince people that them your people. You know goddamn well you don't look like that. And you know goddamn well you ain't got nobody in your fucking family who look like that. So if you depending on a dark Native American and you trying to claim to be that, then I'm not. I might as well just say I'm an African because I'm not gonna lie to myself or whatever. Until you can produce a picture of a Negro that was an Indian, then I might as well say I'm an African because I don't look like no Mongoloids. I don't look like none of the other people that they're claiming to be Indians. I mean, with the exception to the so-called Negroes. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So let's go back to this. All right. Mother social security number. You said,
That's
Sister
that's
Betty?
crazy. Yeah. No, I'm actually really dumb with the document. A1. I just wanted to show them where the fact how they coerced us into um identity. Our identities
Mm-hmm.
comes from birth, and they can't leave the hospital with the form. Kind of all that shit. That's threatening.
Mm-hmm.
Can't leave the hospital with the form, and you gotta pick. You gotta pick.
Yup. Notice ain't no language for American Indians, right? Father spoken language. Don't say nothing about no American Indian. Got every other country up here except the American Indian language.
Hmm. They even got the sign language
Mm-hmm.
because American Indians speak English.
I got something real quick.
And who's English? The people from England, right? Interesting that we speak their language, right?
All right, yeah. I got something I wanted to show real quick about how they warn in Africa, and I got an article up here because I got my daughters and stuff up here, so I gotta kind of rally around them. But I got two things I wanted to show if you got the time outside of what you was talking about.
Oh, go, no, no, go. I'm good.
All right, hold up. Let me find exactly. All right, boom. We right here. All right, boom. Let me see. All right, so look, this is in the Congo, right?
Hmm. Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, I can make it bigger. Hold up.
What the hell? They put a body in there?
Mm-hmm.
Make that bigger, anyone?
We're standing here in an unmarked graveyard on the outskirts of Bethy, where 6 Muslims are being buried after they were killed last night in the PK5 in Comonton neighborhood. We're told that 2 of them, a father and son, were killed not far from French troops. On est dans les quartiers. On voit les gens sortent avec les machettes, avec les fusils. Il y a beaucoup de notre famille qui sont dormis à la maison. Dès qu'ils sont sortis, ils ont trouvé des morts devant les portes. On a vu beaucoup de gens qui sortent avec les vitesses. Ils ont trouvé les morts même dans les routes. On a trouvé beaucoup de morts dans les routes. The Celica had inspired such a strong level of hate that innocent Muslims were now being butchered as revenge by the anti-Balaka. We'd seen the trauma the Celica had caused to the people here and how it was now playing out. We wanted to talk to the Celica. What had they hoped to accomplish when they rose up? Luckily, we didn't have to look far to find answers. General Abdel Kader Khalil, President Joe Todia's right-hand man, was staying at the fanciest hotel in town. He explained why he had risen up against the former government of Francois Bozizé. Bozizé na amuli getilo na entourage lo amu contrôler na otage depuis 13 ans. Tongana moke centrafricain. Si moke ti village lo be moko warabona ati contrôle sabe. Moke centrafricain. Si moke na tira stilo baya.
Look, you see what it say? It say, or get jobs in this country, regardless of whether or not you had education or a diploma. Now they telling other Africans that they can't get jobs. And look,
What?
yup.
They had a long list of grievances. Many were angry because they felt like the northeast of the country, which has a high Muslim population, was increasingly marginalized, and that Bozizé was grossly incompetent.
Why they told them that they can't get jobs in the country? And why he look like Bobby Brown?
Cause they don't fuck around with other. They don't. Cause I'm showing this to basically show the ones out there who think that the ones that think they're gonna go to Ghana or whatever and be accepted or whatever. As soon as you start rising or you get some type of power, I mean, it's chances that this is in the Congo. This is not even in. Well, this is Central African Republic or whatever. But the other video I'm gonna show is the Congo and Nigeria, but. You see that they warring and killing people over religious ideologies.
Although there were sporadic rebellions against the former president since he took power, the Celica really appeared on the scene in December of 2012, when a number of rebels.
That's crazy, A1. You there, A1?
Huh?
That shit is crazy. We don't look shit like them people. That copper color soldier, right? Let their African American ass take their asses right there. Go right ahead. Give up your damn land.
Officer General Yaya, as he lounged around with his men trying to avoid the French patrols. He tried to convince us that the real Celica had been on their best behavior since taking power. The true criminals were the anti-Balaka.
All right, so that's one video of Africans not getting along, and you think you're gonna take your ass over there, and they're gonna accept your ass. All right, so this is xenophobia, violence in South Africa. There's no brotherly love for foreigners. Right? I don't know if this white people Well, let's click on this. Foreigners are being targeted in South Africa. Their businesses are being burnt down and looted. It's in Johannesburg, South Africa.
I don't think they can see that.
And that's why they coming over here. Look.
Can y'all in the audience see that screen? Could you put a 1 in the audience if you could see it? On a 2 if you cannot see it. I don't see, because I don't see nothing on it.
You don't see it?
Well, I'm looking on the screen that the audience is looking on, and I don't know if they could see it. I need them to put a 1 or a 2. Oh, a 2, they can't see it. They're not seeing it.
Look, it's saying in 2008, 62 people died when a mob beat foreigners and set buildings ablaze. Now, you see, the guy who was speaking, he was considered a foreigner, and he looked just like them. Look.
They can see it now.
So when 7 people were attacked and killed, so the violence was sparked again in August. Taxi driver was killed, alleged drug dealer, social local claims, immigrant. Look, see what they doing? It said, hold up. You see what it says? Hold up. It says competing for jobs. Look.
Wow.
Look. It said, hold up. Let me see. Let me go back right
You
here.
see this, Chief?
It says, but most blame the long-standing tension on competition for jobs.
Wow. Shit, last time I seen some shit like that was when they beat Rodney King.
Nigga burnt the whole food town down. Okay.
I can imagine. Oh my God.
So you gonna leave from over here running from the white man and get killed by your own people?
Ain't my people.
I mean, well, you're right. I mean, for the people who leaving from here to go over there, they think that's their people.
Yep.
We know
all because they were told that.
Yeah.
They ain't never traced no lineage to any of them.
You can find videos all over the place like that. Look. You can find, it ain't nothing but videos you can find. Now, this is murders in Nigeria. Look. And a lot of this shit is over people moving in and getting treated better than them. So just imagine if we had that same, because they damn sure treat these people better than they treat us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just for people who trying to go back to Ghana, right?
Right. That's a straight up setup.
I touched on this a little while back. I got a whole video on it. So if you want to check the whole video out, go to my channel. You will see the whole video about Goree Island. But it says the sincere fiction of Goree Island, Africa's best known slave trade memorial, right? Now, they talk about President Obama. They say President Obama visited one of Africa's most famous memorials to the slave trade on Thursday, the House of Slaves on Senegal. In Senegal, it said Goree Island. Official story is that millions of African slaves passed through the door of no return, saying which faces west across the Atlantic. Countless visitors have come to contemplate the slave trade and to pay heartfelt tribute, including Nelson Mandela, Pope John Paul II, and the last 3 U.S. presidents.
Mm.
All right, so check it out. Let's go down a little bit. All right, all right, right here. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start from right here. The U.S. and Chicago historical anthropologist Francis Richard, a West African scholar who studied the slave trade, had some thoughts about the disconnection between the myth. So if these people saying it's a fucking myth, and no one's questioning that, well, why are you saying it's a myth? You know what I'm saying? Well, why am I visiting this place if you're saying it's a damn myth, right? So they're saying the myth and reality of Gory Island. Richard improvises the house's value as a sort of manifestation of slavery legacy, which is still so big today that it demands this sort of totem. It's saying he reproduces a term that seems to capture the phenomenon well. It's saying it is a sincere fiction. Here's Richard, all right? So this is his words, right? It say one, it's saying there have been many heated academic debates around Gory Island, but in the mid 90s, following a controversial article written in 1996 in Lee Mundi, is saying the debate have largely been the revisionist side of most historians. Today would argue that the scale of the slave trade in Gory Island was likely much lower than in many other parts of West Africa. For the variety of reasons, I should note, however, that turning the questions of international slavery into a statistical exercise is not the most useful way to think about it. And sadly, the legacy has clouded academic debates more than it helped. Gory was no, I'm sorry. So Gory was a transport, a transit point through the volume of trade. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me open this shit up. My eyes is
Through the
burning.
value of trade,
Hold
there
up.
was fairly low.
Let me open up a little bit. Shit. Let me open up. Cause my motherfucking eyes is burning like a motherfucker trying to read that shit. Little as hell. All right. So where was I at? All right. I was right here. All right. Okay. Boom. All right. So it says so. Gory was a transit point through the volume of trade. It's saying there was fairly low square quotes are important here. It's saying and that it embedded the flowed over time, probably decreasing over time, especially after the 1750s, as captures were increasingly retained in Senegal to work in food production. Max here, when Richard say fairly low, he is referring to the estimates of, for example, 33,000 slaves, a huge number by every possibility standard except for the actual transatlantic slave trade of several million, right? Now it says right here, it said now, this is what he's saying. I don't agree with none of this shit though, but he's saying yes, there was slavery on this island, but of a much different kind than a chattel slavery that was established on plantations in the Caribbean and America. The House of Slaves hold a huge amount of symbolic value as a place of memory, a testimony to a not so savory part of global history. In this sense, the house was erected into a myth, or perhaps a term I prefer to follow sociologist
Pierre Bourdieu.
I don't know how to pronounce fucking
Pierre Bourdieu.
Border. It's saying a sincere friction and mobilized as memento. All right. So he's telling you, I mean, and like I said, it's a lot of I got at least about 10 articles on this shit. Um, this is just one article he's saying 33,000. That's how many most of them saying, because this guy, whoever this guy Richard is, he was the one who did a lot of the research on it. But that's just not the only article. There's plenty of articles that's telling you that this shit is a fiction. But yeah, you got Negroes going over there. He said Michelle Obama passed out when she got there. You seen Steve Harvey coon in there. You seen what fuck is my man name? Boyce Watkins, he went over there or whatever. And the funny thing about Boyce Watkins, right? He had Claude Anderson on the show. Claude Anderson told him that it was black people here already. And the next week he over there and dressed up as an African. Talking, oh yeah, well, you go, man, I'm not going no motherfucking where. I'm damn sure not going over there. I'd rather a white man kill me here than a black man kill me over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you see the way they burying them people. They burying, floating them in floating water and shit and putting trees up. You know that shit, and it don't even look like they burying them. Or I don't know what their method of burial is over there, but the shit don't seem sincere to me. Like you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like nothing we ever seen. But yeah, I mean, really, for the most part. But I just want to touch on that. And for people, anybody, I'm gonna make a in-depth video on this. I'll probably be showing all this shit, and I'll come back to a couple of different articles telling you about Goree Island. But for the most part, I mean, you got a lot of people. They telling you 33,000. They initially said 20 million. How the fuck you go from 20 million to now? Listen, 20 million is more than the whole actual slave trade. Because they're only telling you, they're only telling you 12 million came here. This is how much they telling you. They telling you 12 million came here, right? But they saying 12 million came here. But in the same breath, they telling you that they enslaved 5.5 so-called million Aborigines. But yet they're not even mentioning these people. They're not even mentioned. That's how you know that they lying about it. But then when you do the research, you find, well, let me see if I can find some anthropology that's going to tell me, was it black people already in the Caribbean? Oh, I found it. Damn sure was. There's in mounds. So that means that they was there for that. That means that they was there. Because they find these skeletons and all these finds that they find of people in the Caribbean in mounds. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, we know who we are. That's why, like I said, man, at this point in time, you got enough historical information. Not enough, because there's still more, and we're still not 100% sure on the entirety of what really happened. But we can pretty much pinpoint down. They classified your ass as colored. We know that. You know what I'm saying? They telling you, and like I said, even when you just looked at the chart we just read, right? It's telling you that anybody who identify, who telling you you're African?
Exactly.
Who telling
They are.
That's right. They telling you are African.
So you're really not self-identifying.
Nope. Not. Somebody telling you how to identify and what to identify as.
Closed-ended question. That's what that was.
Oh, that's right.
You can't choose from it.
They telling you what to identify as. And then you can't even be an American Indian because you have to be part of one of these fucking federally recognized tribes. And that's why I say, like, you know, me personally, I'm not trying to be part of no recognized tribes or whatever, because a lot of them tribes do not get what they supposed to get or whatever, like I said, and they don't even respect them to the fullest.
No.
They down there shooting them motherfuckers up with bean bags and shit, trying to protect their land. Something, you know what I'm saying? They hitting them with bean bag guns and shotguns. Yeah, they
reservations,
tearing their ass up, fucking tasing them and everything, because they know, nigga, this ain't your land. We just said that. Now we want it back. That's what the cracker probably told them. We know this. You know goddamn well this ain't your land. You know goddamn well y'all wasn't here.
Remember when the Ku Klux Klan was hanging them if they said that they was Indian? That's why they was getting hanged in the South.
Yeah.
Because they was saying that they was Indian.
Yeah.
They couldn't no longer say it anymore. It was the forbidden tongue.
Yeah.
That was the forbidden tongue. That's in the Bible. That's the forbidden tongue right there.
Yeah. And they use the trickery, the flim flam. See, most people think, they don't ask about who the real Indians were here because they think the Indians were shipped out on the Trail of Tears.
Exactly.
And only 1% of the people in the South went on the Trail of Tears.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So they think people, the reason why they would think is, one, because of the massacre that was taking place here. So they
Hmm.
think that all the Indians are no longer here, right? And then two, because of the Trail of Tears, and because of and three, because of the biological warfare they was using through by ways of chicken pox, measles, influenza, all of these different things were pretty much how do you say biological warfare. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not what took us out. What took us out was the fact that we allowed them to classify us as something other than what we originally was.
Hmm.
So,
And but back then, our people didn't know no better because remember, they didn't speak English.
hmm man, and
And
that see,
Sylvia,
that's another thing.
they did not speak
You know?
English. We had to learn their language. That was one of the treaties. You
hmm
teach us your language, and we'll teach you our language.
You know?
That's written in the treaties. And Sylvia, you said why are the Africans allowing them to call us Africans? Simply because Africa was in on the plot to take our civilization that we had established down.
They need us over there. You see how them zombies were? The motherfuckers. That's the mother civilization. The way they living over there.
Hmm.
Really?
I'm talking
They,
about the civilization that we had here as the Aboriginal people. Sylvia asked the question.
no, no,
Why?
no, 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 no. I'm not. I'm clear on. I'm clear on that. Just going off on another. I was talking about something else pretty much. I'm just saying like to the fact that if these are the people who supposed to create a civilization. See, we think that Africans created civilization because we see Egypt over there. But there's no other pyramids nowhere else. If these people created civilization, it should be a pyramid at least in one of every different country in Africa. But you don't see none of that. You see what they fighting over? They still fighting over religion. They still over there worshiping white Jesus.
Hmm.
But yeah, they when they come here, like I said, a lot of people come here, they don't say nothing, they just mind their business. But you do got the ones with the big mouths that always want to say something about Black American. You should never fix your mouth to say anything about a Black American in my motherfucking land. Because your ass would not been here if it would have been for what we have done. And even figure like this, you wouldn't been here because the government brought you here on purposely to like kind of like how do you say um undermine us, if you will.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they brought you here, but the reason they brought you here because of the shit that we was doing. We was riding and we was doing all this shit. So they like, man, fuck it, we gonna let minorities come in. Black people ain't say, wait a minute, you gonna let? So we gotta sit here and struggle for jobs with white people. Now you're gonna bring more poor people over here, and we gotta struggle for jobs with them too. Nah,
Hmm.
nah. I think I need that bag from you calling me a color when I was an Indian, and
Hello.
you forcing me to be a motherfucking African. And then the Africans come over here and they look. You see how them people look over there, and
Hmm.
they trying to tell you that these are the people who civilized the world. So they civilized the world,
Yeah, look at how disgusting they living.
and you got one white man. All them killing each other. They see one white man over there won't do nothing to him.
And one white man answering a question on the camera.
Y'all, he asking a bunch of questions. They scared of him though, because they already know. They scared of the white man, and that's how it is over there. They would kill 1 million Africans just to save one white man.
They will, because they the original Africans.
Yeah. hmm And then bring people here, and have them look down on us like we some fucking sideshow pet or something, and everybody looking in and saying, "Well, damn, why Black Americans can't get their shit together?" Well, let's take a look in history. Because
Hello.
if they did the Mexicans, matter of fact, if they did the Mexicans like they did us, you wouldn't even be here. Because you would have said, nah, they ain't treating us right over there. Y'all might as well just not even go over there. You wouldn't even come over here because of how but they make sure they don't treat you like that because they want you to come here. Because you are their new workforce.
Right.
And like I said, how fuck you got black kids and how fuck you got black kids and Well, I'm sorry. How the fuck do you got black kids in Chicago, or young black men in Chicago who can't get jobs, right? But yet immigrants are so sure they're gonna get jobs, and they already know the way the system is, that these people are poor. When they get here, they're not gonna be able to survive over here. Until what happens? Oh, they give them benefits. So
Yep.
you tell me you bringing immigrants here and giving them free money and telling us we can't get reparations?
They giving them our damn tax dollars, which I was telling you about.
Yeah, but you
And
know what though?
that is a good question.
But
The
that's
question
but
is,
that's
what
it.
keeps Africa relevant?
That's
And
it.
that is a good question.
What keep
What keeps Africa relevant?
the oil? What you mean? What, as far as finances, or as far as us? We keep it relevant by the pan. We keep it relevant because the only reason why Africa is relevant, because of the most famous black people on the planet claim that they come from over there. That's why. That's why. Because the most famous black people on the planet got African attached to their makeup. That's what
Exactly.
keep African relevant. That's the only thing that keep African relevant. That and the fact that they know they got some motherfucking bots when they come here. These people when they come here be bots, man. These people are like you see how them people over there, they can't create nothing for themselves. And even the shit that they do create for themselves, look, they tell about no foreigners, motherfucker who look, they calling other black people a foreigner, my dude. And you think you gonna go over there from another continent and think that they gonna treat you in any with any
It's
different respect?
different. They're gonna treat you worse.
You out of your mind. It's 12
They're gonna
million
kill
people.
you.
They gonna run down on your village. It's same over there in them country in over in Africa. They would do a black man worse than they would do a white person. So you already know what time it is. When they get jealous of you, they gonna run in your shit and take your shit. And they setting you up, and you letting these fucking people in this country collaborate with Ghana and tell us that we from over there. We like, no, thank you, Ghana, I appreciate it, but we're not Africans. You got to look at the face. You got to look at the look on their faces when you tell them that you're not an African.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, they know. Damn, I better get out.
Exactly.
I better get out their sight. Because next thing you know, we gonna start asking questions like, wait a minute, if you supposed to be from Africa and you always around here talking about how beautiful your country is, why the fuck are you here? Don't tell me you here for no fucking job or whatever. Oh, so you're here for resources? Oh, okay. So you should burn that flag of the country you came from. Because if your country couldn't provide for you and you had to leave your country, motherfucker, what is that telling you?
Hmm. Facts is original intellect. He said they gave immigrants all of our land. They did.
Hmm. The whole, yeah, everything, and bring in more here, and then post them up, put them over top of you, and then have you think that you just some worthless fucking mutt or whatever. And you done invented the car, then invented the toilet bowl, then invented the refrigerator. Why Africans ain't invent none of this shit?
Exactly.
You invented the car, the fucking toilet bowl, the motherfucking refrigerator. Hell knows what else I mean, the list go on and on. The glaucoma machine, the first open heart surgery, etc. We talk about here the automobile.
Hmm.
Okay, we took the automobile. C.R. Patterson. C.R. Patterson created it. You
You
can't
see
get
what
two
the
people.
first you see the first thing the Democrats say up in Congress when they get on the damn pulpit. Oh, we're a nation of immigrants. Who is he to build a wall? We're a
Mhm.
nation of immigrants.
Yup.
Yeah, you're a nation of immigrants on stolen fucking land.
They already been prepped. See, them Democrats up there already been prepped. None of them motherfuckers gonna speak up. Pelosi had one of them. I mean, allegedly, I ain't gonna say they would because I don't know exactly how that shit work. But we all under the assumptions of what we think of how it works. So all them people is prepped. None of them people got a mind of their own. You never see no real black people up there. Wonder why. You got Bobby Rush up there. You never see him. He was a Black Panther. You never see him talk about nothing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's and the list go on and on and on with all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I go somewhere, I see all Hispanics working. I see few blacks, but I see all Hispanic work. And I'm seeing like sitting up there like they feel like this is their country more than we feel like this is our country.
And you see, the first president of the United States, yes, he was African American. That I agree. The first black president
Well,
was
technically, he wasn't
African
the first black. Technically, he might have been the ninth black president because the first eight presidents. Well, shit. Some people say the first 10 the first 11. I heard the first 11 so-called presidents was black,
Yeah,
and
11,
they were
12.
American.
Indians. It was Indians before the Europeans took over.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm
But I'm just
He
saying
was a
the first Africans.
yeah, he was the first Afro. But that's a smack in our face.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
once you sit up here and say, well, damn, wait a minute. There's almost 50 million African Americans. What is the possibility that a half breed, half African and a Jewish man will come up and be able to make president before black America, before a traditional black, so-called black aborigine could become one?
Because we're not part of that constitution.
I
So,
understand that, but what I'm saying, every time you get somebody up
So
there, like,
technically, we can't be presidents because we're not part of the Constitution.
hmm
yeah, I
We're
don't know
not.
about that.
What do you think, Chief?
we wrote the
Uh,
Constitution, though,
No,
sis.
I'm
yeah,
talking about
I'm
the
saying, I
United
don't know.
States. I'm talking about the United States Constitution. I'm not talking about the one we wrote.
Well,
Yeah,
that is
we talking about that
actually
one too.
read that one was written for them. It wasn't written, and then what they did was they crossed us. We
But
wrote
then
that for
they
them.
changed it. They put in they changed it.
Oh yeah, but they said yeah, they added from what I think from after the 10th, the 11th. No, I think the 10th Amendment. It was only
Uh,
supposed to be
say,
10 amendments. It said
You're right.
anything.
Because it was
the
26
Constitution is not
amendments.
giving
I know,
nobody
but look, they
an
added the
unfair
other.
advantage over anybody else, though.
Yeah.
The Constitution is not giving the United States Constitution all this is amendments aren't giving anybody um, black or white more than somebody else. That's a gift. That's not America. You see what I'm saying? It's the perception. It's the interpretation that has been taught in these goddamn schools, y'all.
hmm
The Dred Scott decision. Most people have never even went and read the case. They just go with what they think was said. You see what I'm saying? What was in the newspaper, which was a dissenting argument from a losing judge. That's it. So what happened? Who won? What's the case? And so people don't really understand that we're not the immigrants, and so a lot of these immigrant laws help them. So I heard you guys say that they wouldn't even if we had the same uh, this disposition as they have as immigrants now. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? And we should have had laws in place that we don't let nobody come over here and start manufacturing, start creating their own shit, like off of our backs. Like this shit crazy as hell. It don't make any sense
Yeah.
to taking resources and remitting them back into their countries. That's dumb. That doesn't. How does that even make sense?
Well,
Unless you
you know
got
what's
some
funny
type of
today?
deal in their countries and you making even more money and off their labor and off them coming back and forth here or whatever as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like we're allowing people to come into this country and take resources from the people that's from this land. I think that's crazy.
But you know why that happens though? Because we don't think we from this land. We was told we Africans. And
Word,
then
word.
we solemnly swear to be African. So we think that anytime they like, man, fuck this country. I don't care about this is why I hear black people say, I don't care about this country. Fuck this
Yeah.
country, whatever. So where else
Right.
where other place do you have to go?
Hmm.
What other place?
No.
Africa. Okay, all right. And that's what I'm saying. Even when you speak to these only people who claim that going back to Africa is these so-called fake ass educated black people who only who greatest education is the ones that have been dictated to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
My teacher told me in life you get two educations. You get the one that's dictated to you, and then you get the one that you seek on your own. So your education has been dictated. Most of these black people who stand on their education, all these books they read and all the history they read or whatever, like, look, man, a lot of that shit is pseudo. Well, most
Super
of it's
pseudo.
pseudo. Shit. Super pseudo. Shit, like he said. You know what I'm saying? And they sit up here, see, you happy you invested some time into something. So therefore, because you feel as though you invested some time into something, therefore you now feel like, oh, you have to regurgitate what these people taught you. And then swear up and down it's the real, then swear up and down it's the real actual information. You ain't fact checked this. And then when you got something that opposed to your so-called facts, you don't even check it out. You don't even look up the sources. Why would a mother why would an anthropologist go on a limb to say that modern Native Americans resemble Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, but the first Americans resemble African, Australian, South Pacific Islanders? And do you think that the modern Native Americans could have survived here and not them other people that was here?
They
So
said modern Africans.
the modern ones survived, but the first Americans didn't. Fuck out of here. Do we know why they didn't survive? Because what you classified them as. You understand? We know why they ain't survived. Because you classified them as motherfucking color. And then you got us thinking that the Indians that you allowed to keep maintain some of their tribal rules. You got us thinking that we came from them. And you got these other niggas out there showing, like I said, man, no disrespect to brothers who do the work because it go both ways. But if you're going to speak up for somebody, stay consistent with what you speak up about. Don't show me no images of people who ain't in my family telling me that's me, and you're not even from here. Period.
Exactly.
So that's what happens. A lot of people show these mongoloids, show pictures of other people next to them, and people really be confused after saying that shit, man. Cause I know goddamn well I don't know nobody in my family look like that, and somebody is in my family like that because they mixed. How about that? They ain't motherfucking. That ain't no. And then that doesn't speak for the rest of the 50 soul or 60 million so-called poor souls that who don't know who the fuck they are.
Mm.
Show a mongoloid. Look, a dark skinned mongoloid, and then put another black picture next to it, and then you sit up here and think that's you, or think you came from there. Nah, money grip, you ain't come from there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. Like we gotta really start really fact checking a lot of shit. You get an education, but you don't use it for what you're supposed to. You don't use it to properly educate yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's scalping season. It's
Mm-hmm.
time to sue their ass.
Fucker come
I
here,
have
look down on you. Come here, look down on you and shit. You done created everything. You done gave them a culture to take. And then these motherfuckers think that, oh, this is just American culture. Now they don't need to put you in no more video commercials or anything. They could take a Hispanic person, a Chinese person, an Indian person, and have them doing these little silhouettes like they hip hop or whatever, and then just leave you out of the whole mix of it. Leave you out the whole mix of it. And like I said, this is our shit, but yet other people could come here and feel like they got some attachment to it because this country welcomes them with open arms.
I still say we need to file a lawsuit
I
against
mean,
all the states
you
for the
gotta
fucking birth certificate forms and deem them unconstitutional because it's coercion at its best.
I mean, you gotta. What I never do in my videos is advise none of these people to do nothing because half these people they ain't do their fucking genealogy yet, and we going on 4 years of this shit.
Well, at this point, with a lawsuit, they shouldn't really have to because their birth certificate coerced them into selecting who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Oh,
should
oh
be
yeah, yeah.
unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
That's straight to the federal. That needs
Yeah.
to go straight to the Supreme Court.
They got destinations on there
Unconstitutional.
too.
That's
You heard?
coercion, and it allowed for identity theft.
Yeah. They got destinations on there though. Like they making you, they giving you, they telling you, they coerce, like you
Yeah,
said, they coercing you to basically say you one of these people. And like I said, for black people in this country, you sit up here picking that African man. Listen, like I said, a lot of these black people out here, and I ain't giving none of the people with the education. I ain't giving them no break. Them people are agents, man. Everybody who pushing that back to Ghana shit. Everybody pushing that back to Ghana shit. Everybody who won't even sit there. If you and like I said, you could sit up there and show somebody that they telling you the first Americans was Negro, but you'll still think they came from Africa. You can't prove they came from Africa.
Yep.
And like I said,
Right.
even on this chart right here, right? Even we go back to this chart right here, right? We go back. I mean, we go back to this birth certificate, right? And we go back up here, right? It even telling you, right here, when it say Native Hawaiians and other Pacific Islanders, right? So they're telling you, because I just showed you what the people in Pacific Island look like. Let me get some read.
Bring that up some more. I'll make it bigger. It wants.
Hold up.
They can't prove that we from Africa, but we could prove that they ass from Europe.
Yup.
How about that?
Yup. Now look, Pacific Island, right? Look at these people right here. They call this Micronesia. Now look, they got kind of the little mongoloid looking look, right? But look at these brothers right here. Look at these people right here.
Yep, they ain't showed us that one too. Yep.
They don't want you to see these people. Look.
Nah.
It's supposed to be an Asian island. Look, these people got Indian garbs on, right?
How they Asians? Cause they citizens.
Motherfucking liars, man. That's these people. White people could come up and tell you and tell everybody, go every place and tell everybody who the fuck they are, but then don't want to claim. Then when you tell them, nah, nigga, we created you in the motherfucking what's them shits called? A test tube. We
Test
created
tube
you to tell you a test tube.
Test tube, baby.
Exactly. Look at these people right here. So you mean tell me? So when these people come over here, they're not claimed African. So these people not from Africa.
And they have to be called. They have to claim themselves as Asians, right?
I mean, or Hawaiians or Pacific Islanders, I guess on there. But like I said, the way these people is over there, they probably marking them down as African too. They probably is. Like, nah, you African. They probably marking them down as African too. Now, see, you get these people right here, right? Now you see these kids right here. Now you telling me these kids don't look like nobody you'll see in South America or Central America or Brazil? Now I'm not saying it's exactly us, but you could see people like that in Central and South America, right?
Yeah, because a lot Peruvians, a lot of them look kind of Asian.
Peruvians,
Peruvians.
shit, all of them, shit, a lot of them do. Cause I got motherfuckers living in my building from Venezuela, and well, actually, my neighbor, they got a caste system over there. Cause one of his sons is real light, and they be like the white one and the black one. Now these are people that's mixed with something else though. But like I said, even when you start seeing the color, like see, you have to put in Afro. It's in the people of no, it's a picture of people, the Afro people. Let me see something.
Them people from Cambodia, they even telling them that they Asian. They look Latino.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Show you all these people. Send the Sinonese Island where they killed that dude at over there. Like I said, and she can be a Dominican or she can be a damn African. I seen Africans look just like her. For real, for real. For real, for real. Look at that.
Yep, yep. She got that face.
You got it, yo. You telling me, when she come here, she's not gonna be considered an African? Now look, let's see this
They
one
call
right
her
here.
Hawaiian, right?
Look at this one right here. Look, this is the Samoa and Tonga. Look how these people look.
Well, we
Look,
know the Samoans is dark.
look. Look at the sister right here. You mean tell me you don't know nobody look like her? For real, for real. I know people look like. I mean, her teeth look shot, but I know people look like her.
Yeah,
Right here, look at
like
this.
somebody that you see every day.
Look at these people right here. This is, I don't know if this is this Pacific Islanders. Look, these people look just like us. They look just like us. Sorry. So these people right here, when they come here, they're not classified as Africans.
Uh, oh, they Asian.
They Asian, right? You see that? Let me see something. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Especially with, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, you see these people right here, they ain't giving these people the destination of Africans. So what is the? Wait a minute. So how the fuck could these people be in a whole nother landmass and they're not told that they're Africans as well?
Hmm.
You understand? Look at this right here. Let's see this picture right here. All right, Negrito. They say Negritos of the Fiji Islands. Let me see if I can get this picture bigger. Now look, this is how they look. This is how the Fiji Islands, the people look. The Fiji Islands looked at. I don't know. This picture looked like it could be from the 1800s, though. Look at that. And what they did was they brought in all them Asian people and let them mix in with us or whatever. And then they created people who look like this and look like some of the other people you see. Same thing they did in Hawaii. They let the Japanese come over there and mix with a lot of people who was in Hawaii. Huh? That's what they did. That's what they do. They try to bleach us out.
Yep. Whitewash. Called whitewash.
And what's this right here? Let me see this.
We gotta get ready to shut down.
You ready to shut down? All right, no problem.
Yep.
Are you good? Look at this brother right here. Look. The Sentinelese. This is the Sentinelese Island. The Sentinelese. This is where that man got killed at, man. Where he, the dude came over with the Bible and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And they get shot some arrows at his ass. Like, nah, B, we ain't dealing with no Christianity here. They ain't bringing that shit over here. And these are the Jawas. The Andaman people. Now, these people are not from Africa neither. Come on, man. This whole fucking continent was black. Stop fucking lying. Lying bastards. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Make you angry.
Look at this right here. Look, missionaries converting Tahiti. Look. So look at how the people in Tahiti was look. Listen, all them islands out there was black. And they let them Asians come there and mix in with them people.
Yep.
Cause they don't look Asian to begin with. So how the fuck they get Asian features? Because they let the Asians come in there and mix with us. You know?
We can start our lawsuit. We have all the evidence. Even Walter Plecker's ass.
And what's this right here? It's in the
I'm ready.
People from diaspora. Look, they still want to just throw all these people and lump them. Fuck out of here, man. We need to start suing people for saying we from Africa, period. Including some of these Pan-Africans who keep on telling us that. We need to start suing them, man.
Word. Everybody. Every time they gonna get that cease and desist, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I really want to get. I really want to.
Case law.
A Samoan native. I'm sorry, Chief. Go ahead. A Samoan native. Look, this how the real Samoans look. Look how they look. Let me see if I can find a date on this picture. I ain't got no date. But look how they look. Look how they look now. Look how she looked there, and now look how they look. They don't even look. They don't even look like that. She look like one of us.
Yep. She's pretty.
Yes. Straight like
Chief, what you say? I know Chief said something. Yeah.
That's how you get their asses, by showing them this. by saying, "Wait a minute, it's black. It was black people everywhere, motherfucker." Don't sit here and tell us that we just came because you ain't calling these people African, and these people look like us, but yet we African though, right? We African, right? Look at this brother right here.
Mhm.
Look at this brother right here.
They never
So
called they never called Barack Obama the African president, African American president, none of that shit either. They
Well,
said he's black. They said certain things, but it's interesting that he wouldn't be a part of the ADOS or the Foundation of Black Americans. I think that's interesting.
you never
Think
seen
about
nobody who looked like this before, Chief?
it. Let me see.
Like this brother up here on the screen?
look like
Think about
somebody who's standing in front of the package store in the morning.
Man, he look like look at this nigga, look. He from the what's the name islands. And look, he looks just like one. So now when you see a black man in America look like that, you quick to say, oh, he's an African. But when you see these people over in them islands and you say, you don't even know when they got to them islands. You saying that they were there 50,000 years. The white man ain't never been on the island to do no excavation there, period. So how the fuck how he know how long them people been on the island?
Exactly.
Well, they going off of their stories, just like that new island they found here recently, the Sentinelese, right?
Where's that
They
at?
say they've
The
been
one I did, yeah, it showed you. They said 60,000 years, right?
there. So what? And they black as like them niggas look like tar. Like
Bro, they ain't got no proof. They making that up to 60,000 years. They ain't telling them like, yeah, we been here 60, because they can't even fucking communicate in that language to tell you how many in 60,000 years to your in your language is not the same as 60,000 years in their language. So how the fuck did you get them to agree that they was there 60,000 years?
they showed a bunch of scratches on the walls or something.
Each scratch is 1,000 years and shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
50
I'm saying?
of them.
Like, he had 60 scratches up
It's
there.
crazy.
Nigga, like, oh, this must be how they say 60,000. You know, the white
Right.
man always trying to make something up and always trying to put something in somebody's head just so
That's
he
why they
can.
got pin. That's why the niggas got pin cushions right there. Good.
Man,
Do it again.
Hmm.
motherfucker sit there and talk about, oh, man, get the fuck out. Like, man, these people full of shit, man. The more and more you see, look, from Fiji, look, 80-year-old man, look, got locks in his head.
Mm.
Come on, man, stop the madness, man.
Yeah, you know we feathers and locks out here though. We locked up.
That's
You know what I'm talking
right.
about? They, you know, it's you know people have emulated the style around the planet. You know what I'm saying? But they know where the locks are at. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for us to understand culture. And it was interesting, like shout out to the brother Trip that was on earlier, and he was talking about culture and stuff. Talking culture. Well, we have allowed people to usurp our culture, right? From rodeo, from um, uh, Churchill Downs and Kentucky Derby, basketball, football,
Dancing.
American music. Well, they can't take dancing over. They try, like you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they tried. Yeah, they tried.
they definitely like, nah, we, you know. I remember they were saying that Michael Jackson taught John Travolta how to dance and stand alive. I don't know if y'all remember that. You know,
Look,
was pretty good.
you see this shit right here? A severe, they cut the dude head off from the Shark Islands. I ain't saying he African neither. Let me see something. They cut the dude head off. These motherfuckers is treacherous, man. And they kept his head on display and shit. So that's how the
Well,
people.
that's what I would do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of scalps.
Hmm.
I was like, I want this whole bust. I want everything. So you have, I got Garfield whole half his body on the wall over there. Like, there you go right there. I got half of Garfield's face on there. Like, just get over here.
Yeah,
Al, what did it do?
Yeah, niggas like Garfield. Garfield just need to go stick his head in a hole or something. And, or matter of fact, he need to go join these people like this. And go put a plate in his lip so he can look like him. Why they don't ever show us these people right here?
Hockey puck lip, nigga.
Yeah. Nah, let's see. We gonna stand that nigga up and see if we could throw a baseball through that motherfucker. We see if we could throw a baseball through his lip and shit. see if we. I mean, I ain't gonna throw it hard. We could throw an underhand and shit. We could underhand see if we could throw a baseball into his lip. I ain't trying to be funny tonight because this is brother Culture. Culture Freedom. You already know what time it is. Culture Freedom coming soon.
Right,
but this.
I don't know no Aboriginals who would do no shit like that.
Can you imagine you go to work tomorrow, you see somebody looking like this?
We do have people that come to work with their ear like that.
See? That's culture freedom right there. That nigga that mutilate his whole body. Nigga put a disc in his lip.
That shit look nasty.
Bro, listen. I mean, sis, look at how he look.
You got a plate in your face already. You just put food on your plate.
How do he talk? How the fuck do he talk?
Not washing no dishes or nothing.
No.
It's right there.
Who the fuck talked him into putting a plate in his lip, though? Who let? Like, look, man, look. You see this? Put plate right here. We gonna put this in your lip, or whatever.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, look at that shit,
That's
man.
a terrible idea, bro.
My dude, look at this. They mutilated this man. And they mutilated and they sit up there talking about side. They don't never show you them. They don't never show you them Africans that be doing that to themselves.
Yeah, he need to go do it himself. He already talk like that anyway.
Yeah, they show you the Africans with suits on. You heard me? They show you the Africans with suits and ties on and shit. They don't show you no They show you Africans over here with Jordans and shit on.
About that life.
Yeah.
About that life. Niggas, not about that life.
Motherfucking.
If you ain't about to put a hockey puck in your lip, you ain't about that life.
Nope, you ain't about that life, nigga. If you ain't running around here with a plate in your mouth and shit, you ain't really no African, bro. All right, you African, all right. Send me a motherfucking selfie of you with the motherfucking plate in your lip or the bone in your nose. A bone, you want the bone or the plate? As soon as you come to the side, they're gonna be like, you gonna have to take. You want the bone or you want the plate? You want the bone in your nose? They're gonna bring somebody else out with a big ass bone in their nose, and they're gonna start crying and shit. They made me come here. Like really, real talk. Motherfucker got a big ass plate in his nose. I mean, god damn, look at this shit, bro.
They'll be like, can I get a turkey bone in my nose? Like,
what the fuck he done to that? There ain't no diamonds or no nothing, man. We ain't rolling like that.
And how about that nasty picture that Bruce Sanchez put up with that African on all four legs?
Look, I think these people was created. I think these people was created too. I think some of them Africans was created.
Yeah, you know that the United States go over there and test everything on them. They the guinea dogs.
No, I think we created them. I think we created them. I think we created us. We are the engineers, the Americas. Is where all of it came from.
We created them people that walk on all fours. We didn't pump them up with different chemicals in their body to test them. That's why they come out like that. United States be going over there with their doctors and shit, putting testing them on new medicine and shit that they make.
You know what?
They accept the money for it.
Just because them people share the same skin tone as us, I ain't claiming them. And if they run around here trying to look like kangaroos or trying to look like motherfucking lions or whatever, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. All I could tell them, nigga, put some sneakers on your feet, on your hands too. If you gonna walk on all fours, you know what I'm saying? That shit is ridiculous, man.
You seen that movie, The Believers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when their legs go click back like they a damn kangaroo. I mean, what is that? A camel or something? Their legs click to the back.
Some white man, something straight out of white
man.
No,
it was black people and white people. You didn't know.
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about The Believers. I know you're talking about.
That movie was crazy as hell. And they were running at the end, the little black boy, right? They had him at the end. He was one the whole time. Kick his leg back. Oh.
Yeah, them people look ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. Like culture itself, like I said, that's why everybody want to come here and look like you. Everybody. Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
And I just can't. I still can't get over the fact that white men go to Africa, and what if they run into somebody like that with a plate in their lip? Oh, you still gonna steal Africans to come here to slave? Get the hell out of here!
They ain't trying to meet these people with no plate in their lip because they they already know as soon as they see them, they gonna be in a pot. You gonna be in a pot of boiling water and shit. You know what I'm saying? Soon as they see you capture your ass, you gonna be in a pot of boiling water. Nigga, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. You as soon as they see you, nigga, they going all they gonna do is how we make this, how we make that the thing with the fork and the knife and shit. Nigga,
Like
you know how we
Prince of the Titan, them three witches.
but you know how we about to eat and shit, we be rubbing the fork and the knife together as soon as they see your ass. As soon as they see you in the
Uh,
country and shit. Like they know damn well you ain't one of them because you ain't got a plate in your lip, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they like, yo, you ain't the shit. We the shit here. You ain't the shit. You go over that motherfucker with a fila sweatsuit and some Timbs on. And this nigga come out. You be like, oh shit. I can start netting them right now, brother Garfield. I'm saying, well, listen, you ain't really about that life if you ain't over there rolling like this.
man,
Should I
I
catch
said
hell
that
just
about
getting
Teddy
that?
though.
I got a piercing in my chin. And imagine, oh God, oh God, that was
You
the
want
most painful thing ever. I never went to get no piercing again.
they want to be the Africans that wear suits. They don't want to be the Africans that wear none of this shit right here. You want to be the African wear a suit and shit. You want to be the African wear a suit and ride around a Mercedes. You don't want to be the African that look like him and ride on the back of a zebra. You don't want to look like him.
Yeah, you put African American down on your application. Okay, show your true African American by putting a plate in your lip like me.
You know, they done fabricated a story and they
Yeah.
told you put a bunch of African names in the hat and tell you to go in and pick one out. Cause we made it
We
up
don't
any
even have,
motherfucking way. We made it up
bro.
anyway,
You know
nigga.
what's crazy? Niggas
Mhm.
don't even have African names though. Like, let's be clear. Like, let's be clear, because when niggas start getting names, those are new names. Like these niggas change their names. Like a lot of these old guys that change it, they change their names to African names or whatever. Shaka this and blah blah. No, we have no connection to the continent of Africa,
None.
culturally, anything. We're not Africans. Like I don't understand. We're not from those tribes. We are from here. So when they're talking about historical documentation has made clear distinction between, right, the the Indians, the Negroes of America and the conjoining islands to the Negroes from so-called Africa. We are clearly two different people. Just the same way over here. They're not fighting the power. They're not docile than the motherfuckers, compliant than the motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't have been able to come here if they wasn't.
Yup.
So when we ask the question, why aren't there any so-called Africans in the Pan-African movement? Further puts the so-called Pan-African movement in the ground like it doesn't exist. You niggas like it's stuck. Like let's just be clear, the shit is not real. And even if you search the origin of it, even if you trace what's happening today, if you say, okay, what's the agenda for Black America?
The
They might
gender.
even some of them smart. These might even start having like, oh, well, I have a 9-point program, Garfield, or I have a Black City plan, brother Reggie, right? I interview both of them about their plans, right? I don't have a problem with it, but the only thing that I told them when I was talking to them about it, I was like, well, this has already been implemented. We got Blueprint for Black America by Amos Wilson. So when you come with your thing and it has those elements in it, yeah, well, I know that you studied Dr. Amos Wilson. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So we can talk all day, but how do we implement this blueprint? Or the blueprint is already implemented. How do we, push it? So one thing is throwing away black, because black is associated with losery. Black is associated with Africa. black is associated with slavery.
Yeah.
Black is associated with negative, right? So when you have a black something, there's a white something kicking his ass. So if your God is
Mm-hmm.
black, that means there's a white God kicking your black guy's ass. I'm sorry. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So I don't think that we understand the psychological damage that we feed ourselves daily. Remember, we wake up, look in the mirror, I hate you, and obviously the mirror said I hate you back. See how that work? It's a simple
The mirror say,
situation.
"Fuck you, nigga." Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the flyest nigga of them all? And I'm gonna tell you like this, Chief. If when you go to Africa, look, when you go to Africa, Chief, you can't marry none of them women unless you take the bone or the plate.
I ain't
Chief,
going.
why
So
you
I'm
gonna get
cool.
the plate,
I'm
Chief?
Gucci.
Take the
Man,
bone. Take the. I think the
I'm
bone
not
might be
going.
less painful, yo. The bone is an easy. It's gonna go right through your nose. This shit gonna have to grow in your face. Look, this shit gonna have to grow in your face. How you gonna eat a rat like that? Oh, you gonna catch a couple rats and put them in that loop right there till you get back.
But let the birds swing on it.
Yeah. Yo, how you
Man,
gonna eat a rat with that plate in your lip, Chief?
man, I
Huh?
don't know. I told you it's a plate. They got a plate. Now you gotta just pull this fork out. Eat off the lip.
Money
Cut it up.
grip. How you
You
going
gotta,
money grip? How you gonna put a motherfucking how you gonna eat a rat? How you gonna eat the rat ain't gonna pass through it because the legs and shit still burnt and shit. They still got the legs
uh,
on it. They
yeah.
don't even fillet the motherfuckers.
Hey,
His
I'm
ass in the
still going to
carnival
this
where you roll the
Nigerian.
ball in his mouth.
I'm still going to this Nigerian restaurant, y'all. We gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be live. Everything. We're gonna sit around. We're gonna menu. We're gonna order some shit. We're gonna have some fun.
What?
But I have similar questions, I don't. I be forgetting sometimes, but I wanted to ask Lex them the other day if they so Pan African, right? Have they ever ate at a so-called African restaurant? I haven't. I don't know about y'all,
Y'all niggas,
Nope.
them niggas
right?
fake
I
man.
haven't, and I'm not. They
Them
always
niggas about fugazi as the Africans that come over here. That's how fake them niggas is fugazi, nigga. Listen, if your mission statement ain't to go back, listen, everybody who Pan African mission statement should be going to plan on going back to Africa. That's what we.
Uh,
You hate this country, you hate this place so much. You saying all this, that, and the third. Well, go over there with the people from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That
be
should be
coming
the
back
mission
soon.
statement. That's the mission. The mission statement should be at the end of the day, you wanna end up in one of them countries and be a citizen like Ludacris.
I can't believe Ludacris did that shit.
We could believe I
Somebody,
could.
somebody need to
He's
send him a damn
though.
flyer. We need to
He,
send him a flyer.
Smart. Lucas is smart.
he's
So
an NBC.
Yeah, he's very smart. But
He ain't that smart if he in NBC.
well, if he traces his ancestor history, somebody need to tell him to do his lineage.
They already told him. What's the boy name from Atlanta? The young boy Waka Flocka. He from Atlanta. Everybody heard his interview.
well, he from Illinois, but yeah. Which he don't. You
I
a
thought he was from
lie.
Atlanta. He from Illinois. Damn. A lot of
He
motherfuckers from
from Illinois.
Illinois. God damn.
Yeah, he from Illinois.
Well, his
Um,
interview, they interview him.
Yeah, a couple years back, he said, "Nigga, I ain't black." He said,
Oh,
we're talking about Waka Flocka.
he said, I'm
Yeah,
Cherokee and he said, I'm Cherokee
Red
and
Tail.
St. Louis. Yeah, and that's it. Yup, and all of them heard his interview. All them celebrities heard his interview,
All
and
of
ain't
them.
none of them question it. Ain't none of them say, "Well, wait a minute. Well, why are you not? Why are you saying you not black? Or why are you? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody seen that nigga interview.
Then he went on Sway and doubled down on it. So yeah, everybody's seen it, bro. But this is the thing though. I even heard Beyonce say on her mother's side when she was
Blackfoot.
yeah Blackfoot and some other shit, right? Which you know I'm sure she's traced her lineage and shout out to Miss Knowles, Tina knows, and and shit, Matthew knows and everything. Just start tracing lineage.
Mm-hmm.
People don't look like shit African. Come on, y'all. Like we gotta stop this madness, man. Like
Yeah,
this
we
shit
got to.
crazy. it's just absolutely crazy at this point right now.
Or
Like,
the end result is this nigga on the screen right here. This gonna be Chief Holiday. It's the end. If I can't find no black Indians, if you niggas keep showing mongoloid, this is gonna be the end result right here. This is it. If you gonna go as far as put a feather in your hair over here, when you go over there, you're gonna have to roll like that. So the end result is this on the screen right here, you guys.
hey, Lotus said he been growing his hair for 20 years.
Who? Who?
Lotus said he dude right here been growing his hair for 20 years.
That nigga ain't never get a haircut. He ain't. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Them niggas ain't. That nigga shit ain't grow in his whole lifetime. Like, look, that shit don't grow at all, Money Grip. But you know what though? The reason it don't grow is because that's evolution. That's an evolution thing over there because it's so hot. They don't need hair. Hair is only to cover you, to protect you. In some cases, that's what hair was really for. When you say hair, we got hair. They got fur. That's why you see most Europeans be having long hair and hair on their chest and all. That's to protect them from the climates. And the reason his hair is not growing is to protect him from the climates. And the same reason why you see when Africans come here, their hair be like that. But as soon as they come in this climate, they got dreads. They got all these other. They try to really blend in with us.
Got Gumbies and shit.
Yeah, flat tops. You be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, so is that a hole in that plate right there? Like he can. Like,
Money Grip. That's some money grip. That right there is an example of what not to do when you go to Africa. Things not to do when you go to Africa.
Oh my God, bro. He was mad about it too. Like, I'm hungry.
These niggas
I'm really hungry.
These niggas don't know nothing, no Chief. These niggas, like I said, you can pick a country in America and go find black people there that look more like you than he don't look like us.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And I ain't trying to be funny. I never seen no black American look like him. Never, ever, 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 ever. Even when you go down south, you don't see motherfuckers who look like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Look at that nigga hairline. He got the M, the whole thing. He got the V taper haircut and shit with the V in the front.
That nigga right there he's from Virginia.
That nigga right there. I'm saying he probably get all the bro. Listen, if you go to Africa, right, and you chilling, you think you fresh, you got the Jordans on, you got fresh jeans on and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nice jacket, fresh cut, and you see him with 6 broads, and you not getting no play over there, you gonna go to him and be like, look, man, how you doing it? He gonna point at the plate. He gonna be like, yo, you gotta get one of these, my dude.
Forget about
you ain't getting nothing over here. We ain't got no Pornhub or none of that other shit over here, nigga. You ain't getting no play over here with that shit you got on.
I'm cool.
You ain't getting, bro. When you go over there, bro, trust and believe. After 3 or 4 months, your thing been in the sand. And you see this nigga over there pimping, macking, he over there doing his thing. And you like, look, man, look, bro, look, because niggas convert. Niggas was wearing the big pimp hats. Niggas driving the big cars. So niggas convert to that. That play is next. Nigga gonna be like, look, my brother, I got you. My brother. I got the little plate. You got the. I'm gonna give you the little plate joint. I'm gonna give you the little plate. That's about a little bigger than. Yeah. Give you the little plate, whatever.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Plate, like Johnny, he went to Johnny Ang, huh?
Look. He gonna start crying like, no, give me the bone. Where's the bone at? I eat 50 rats. Nigga be like, I eat 50 rats. Nigga be like, I eat 50 rats. He be like, no, Noomsy, no. You gotta put this plate in your lip. This is how I'm doing it. And nigga be like, I eat 50 rats then. Can I eat 50 rats?
To the dirt, nigga.
I'm gonna put my head down like, man, all right, Noomsy, I'm going home.
I'm gonna hump the
I'm
ground for
going
that.
home, Noomsy.
I'm
Noomsy,
straight.
I'm going home, Noomsy.
No, sir. They can
I'm
have
going.
that plate.
I'm going home, Noomsy.
Let's go find Kunta. Let's go find Kunta.
Nigga over there drinking motherfucking zebra piss. He got and he got zebra urine in the cup. He got zebra urine. Like, yo, my Noopsy, you want some zebra urine? These niggas halfway Africans, man. Like, niggas halfway thugs and shit.
Real.
These niggas, man, you ain't no real. If you was a real African, my brother, you'll have a motherfucking a curtain wrapped around you. You'll have some beads on, and you'll have a bone or plate in your entirety of your nose or your lip.
And you'll be funky than a motherfucker.
Yeah, man. You lift that underarm up. That's a weapon. That's a motherfucking weapon and shit.
I remember when I was in college, right? And I had it was a dude, like a lot of the guys from the continent, they were affluent. You know what I'm saying? So I was a part of this little group that we were getting together with. I'm trying to be, I'm about the African shit, so I'm partnering with African guys, and we gonna do business with them here in America. And then, we all going to the same college, right? You feel me? We going to school together. We studying together and stuff like that or whatever. So why not, right? We cool with them or whatever. So they invite me to dinner. So I go over there. And I open the door. It's just like smelling different. I say, yeah, I taste good. You guys cooking? They cooking goat. I was like, that's interesting. I never. Okay, goat. All right. So I'm already thinking in the back of my mind. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be eating this, right? So one of them. So this was the kicker right here. So they all sitting around, on the floor and shit, feet all out and shit. That was a turn off for me, right? And then they all reaching in with their fingers, eating out the thing. Yeah, I'm cool, y'all. I couldn't do it.
Nigga scratched his underarm right before he stuck his hand in the plate.
I couldn't do it.
He scratched his underarm like come on, Holiday. Look, man, look at me.
I had a family emergency. They were in a asteroid hit one of my relatives. I gotta go.
Niggas start making all types of shit up and shit like God damn.
Man, hey man, I gotta go, man. I had to make up some shit. I had to get up out of there. I was not about to eat that. I ain't even like nothing, like tasting nothing. Like, man, y'all stick your fingers in your toe is right by the bowl, bro. Where the table at? Like, what's going on? But this
Nigga
is
smell like 100 men. Nigga got the power of 100. He got the smell of 100 men. Nigga throw his shirt in your room and shit. Nigga open your door and throw his look. He ain't gotta fight you. He ain't gotta fight you. He ain't gotta kick you. He ain't gotta put his hands on. He gotta put no hands on you. He opened that door like Holiday got something for you. Just throw the shirt in there. Nigga be like, oh man. Nigga jump out the window. You know what's funny too though? Real talk. You know what's funny? All these people when they go to Africa, you see them with the African garb on. These niggas be staying in a hotel. Why you ain't sleeping out in the huts with them? You in a hotel getting room service and shit. Eating Mufutu right here ain't eating no motherfucking. He ain't eating no filet mignon or eating no motherfucking fucking pasta carbonara or none of that fancy type shit. Or even though what's that other shit they be making? What's that shit with the raw meat, man? Tartar. He eating, but don't get it fucked up. Some of these motherfuckers be eating raw meat. But yeah, when Boyce Watkins showed you when he had that tribal shit on, that nigga was staying at the Four Seasons Hotel. Like he was staying at the Four Seasons. Okay, if you go all the way with it, Come back
Nah,
to the States with the plate in your mouth.
you don't think he know about Professor James Small's hotel?
Bro, listen. Them
That's
niggas
some bullshit, bro. Niggas is garbage, bro. Y'all garbage.
But Professor,
If I was to happen to go to Ghana, right, for business, they say, yo, look, you gotta go to Ghana, you're gonna get $10 million. First day smoking, right? I'm gonna be like, well, what hotel can I stay in? I'm like, well, I want to stay in the Sauna Lodge. Can we set that up? Okay, well, I want, yeah, we want to support this business, right? For somebody that you guys say is y'all chief master teacher, right? Professor James Small is their chief master teacher, right? Then you guys should be having conferences at least every other year out there. Instead, these niggas will go to those slave dungeons while they sleeping in the Four Seasons. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And the fact, what's so crazy is that you were talking about the Gory Island myth, right? Like, they literally don't know anything about the slave trade over there. The Europeans are literally over there trying to teach these people about something that they don't know nothing about. Shouldn't they be telling them the stories? Why would a European have to go to Africa and teach people in this area about their family members getting snatched? So they don't have a connection to us like that. They don't have a connection to feel anything like, oh, well, those are all lost brothers over there. They don't feel like that. And the only reason why some of them even say that or whatever is game. They're not in no marches. If some of us get shot down, they're not doing anything. But remember when the Diallo guy got hemmed up?
mm-hmm.
And y'all remember him? He didn't get killed. He just got raped and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you talking about?
Y'all remember that?
Nah, Diallo got killed by. You talking about Luima?
Diallo with the wallet.
Luima. You talking about Adam Luima? Adam Luima. That's the dude you talking about.
Yeah.
Luima. He the one he got night sticked. I mean, you know what? It's fucked up because you know what? I'm real talk. We used to make jokes about that shit growing. I mean, like, but the sad part is that was some foul shit what them devils did to him, bro. They stuck the shit in his ass. And well, damn, my daughter. They stuck shit in his anus. Then went to, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk. They just did some real foul shit though. But that's New York for you. New York is a savage place, man. New York is an animal place. And New York is a savage place, man. Motherfuckers in New York,
think about it though.
Savages.
Right, we was riding for him though. Niggas was riding for Diallo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, they wasn't like, oh, this is their community. We not about to go. Nah, you know how we all know they did this. We down there, marching and fighting. They don't do that.
No.
They probably wasn't even at their own goddamn rally for Diallo or Luima. Think about it. Well, we can't go there. It would deport us.
Yup, that's right, yup.
We can't do these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we out here fighting for everybody else, and they not fighting for us. That's just real. Like, let's be clear.
Nigga don't even mention you. The only time, they could come over here and they could come over here and parade as a black person, get all of the benefits that black Americans set up for themselves. But then they would be sitting in there like I said, I've caught people at work and motherfuckers will say, nah, I'm from the Caribbean. Like, they will quickly distance themselves from us, man. Quickly. Not all of them though. Don't get it wrong. Some of them just like it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen people distance themselves, say stuff, and I just be sitting there looking, shaking my head, like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's crazy, man.
Lotus said he could flip that shit on his head and wear it as a hat.
You probably can. That shit is a frisbee. That nigga probably take that shit out of his lip. And probably can probably can hit a motherfucking what's them shits called? Wildebeest upside the head with it.
I mean, man, that is not even cute though. Like, it's not a good
Nothing
look.
cute about it.
It's not a good look. So
let's see if we can find some other.
Because I see the shoulder. No, we gotta shut this down, A1. We gotta shut down. I gotta go to work. I'll be to work at 6.
You gotta be at work at 6.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah, okay. So we
second job.
We could keep it going, man. We're gonna shut this one down and then we can come back.
No doubt.
I just want to say peace to the chat and we need to get this lawsuit going and
real quick.
Flyers.
Hey Chief, look at these. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Look at these right here before you leave. Look at these motherfuckers right here. Imagine you landed in the area where these people was at.
Oh my God.
Like, look all the tribe. Look how these people roll. These are the real Africans. These are the ones they not showing you. Look at this guy. They're not showing you none of these people right here. These ain't the ones that the motherfuckers that be leaving from over here trying to go to the country. They ain't going over here. Oh, look at my man right here. Look at this guy right here. He didn't overdid it. Look
This
at
nigga
this
got grass
shit.
for hair, bro. Is his hair made out
That
of
nigga
wheat?
look like a fucking a
What's going on?
mushroom. That nigga like a mushroom and shit. Like a portobello head. You portobello face.
That nigga got a tortoise hat on him, nigga.
That nigga look like a mushroom.
Oh my God, man, what is going on
Mushroom
here?
face. Nigga from the you from the mushroom tribe and shit, man. What the Yo, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we can sit here and go for days. Niggas over here wasn't rocking that.
Growing for hair.
We wasn't rocking that. None of the pictures of the Aborigines you see got none of this shit going on, bro. None of them.
Nah, that nigga, he look like he might be from Kansas or something and got tricked.
Bro,
got tricked.
That motherfucker look like, that nigga like the motherfucking scarecrow and shit. No, look, you can't even
be landing over there mating on that plate, nigga. They just come and be making love on this plate.
That's why. Hey, look. That's the reason. Look,
birds all in his beard and shit. That's this nigga right here.
Hey, look. That's the reason why we wouldn't survive over there, right? Because we gonna hike on a motherfucker. We ain't gonna sit there and be able to be part of this shit. Like, yo, this your culture, my dude. No joke. But you look stupid than a motherfucker. You're like, yo, this your culture. Yo, listen. Y'all look like y'all doing y'all thing to yourselves. But to me, hey, but when you ask me, hey, look, hey, Sister Betty, look, hey, look. Among y'all look like y'all having a real nice time. Y'all doing y'all thing. But if you ask me, you like a damn fool with that shit in your mouth, man. Who influenced you? Who told you, y'all, this is what you're supposed to be doing with your life? Putting a plate in your. Look at this mother. Look at this guy right here.
Lotus
That's not a guy.
Lotus said he got a doorknob on his chin.
Damn. Why side none of them don't want to be? Why Garfield don't want to be with none of these people? You understand what I'm saying? Look. They gonna wife for you right there, Chief. Look.
Wow.
Look. Bam! Found you one. Don't never do nothing for you, my brother. Look. Bam!
That mouth ain't big enough. No,
brother. Look. She gonna flip that motherfucking plate up. Look, she gonna flip that plate up with a rack, and she gonna lay the rack upside down. The nigga feet gonna be up and shit in the air.
Notice that motherfucker had a nerve to have blonde hair.
Oh my God!
Right. She
Look
got
at this
blonde hair.
a tat ring. They call that a tat ring.
Whew.
Yeah, man. Oh, look at this guy. He got one formatted. Look at this shit. He look miserable than a motherfucker. Look.
He's hungry.
God damn. How do you drink water like that?
Man, put on that plate, bro.
Nah, this shit is wrong, man.
That was a great idea. Like the first one that did it. Like I'm like, hey, what's going on?
See, they gonna drop you off. See, when you go over to the Ghana, they gonna show you you know how like in movies they be having the stands and shit at the houses, and then you look behind it and shit. They gonna take you to Ghana, they gonna show you the pictures of the people who look civilized with suits and everything on, right? Then right behind that is gonna be a tribe of them, the other people I showed you. They'll be like, welcome to Ghana. Let us get you real acquainted with us. Look, let us get you real acquainted with us.
Aboriginal sister, he's hungry.
Look,
you can't never say he kissed nobody but.
Look, Yeah, look. I'm done. Look at this shit here.
Hold on.
Like, yo, what the fuck? But listen, like I said, in his reality, he is probably the shit. He probably having threesomes. I mean, if they rolling like that, I ain't trying to be funny, but I ain't with the fornication shit neither. But he listen, you go there, you probably see some of the beautifulest women with plate in their mouth, rubbing his feet. You be over there like, damn, what about my feet? Like, nah, you got to get one of these plate setups. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting none of this until you get a plate in your lip.
Said, fuck that. He ain't kissing nobody, but
huh?
You can't.
That's awful.
This shit ain't right.
Look at those earrings. Look at the earrings.
That nigga look miserable in the mud. He look like his hair don't never grow.
Got, bananas on the side of his ear. Are those bananas?
Look,
they're like boar tusk.
Yeah, you gotta go wrestle a bull and shit. You track when you gotta chase one. You ain't just gotta put the plate in your lip. You gotta go chase the motherfucking bull down and cut the shit off with the plate. You probably gotta cut the horns off with the plate. Look.
Damn, John.
Son, look, my dude. Look, you wanna be an African? Let's go all the way.
Why you got two teeth right there?
Damn, yeah, I mean.
I'm done. Shut it off, loader. I mean, AR. Shut it off.
I got you.
I'm
done.
Yo. They don't, that's what I'm trying to say. See, they got niggas thinking they gonna go back to some type of civilization in Africa and shit. Half of you niggas gonna be somewhere in the huts with these people. You gonna be a slave to them.
Tell them to trace their lineage. Go ahead, right on. That's where they gonna land at.
Man, damn, yeah, this ain't right at all over here. This ain't what they advertised to you on the motherfucking brochure, right? You ain't think you was gonna see this on the brochure, right?
Wow.
You
Bro,
thought
is that permanent, or do they can take it out? Like in, like, hey, this is.
They might have to numb their lip and cut it out.
The Musa tribe, the Mercer, the Mersul, the Mosul tribe.
That is terrible, y'all. Look at this shit.
Give her a kiss, Chief.
Look how skinny she is, though. She hungry as hell.
Give her a kiss. Stop deviating.
Ew.
You can see her collarbone. She malnourished. She malnourished, man. I told you, they over there drinking zebra piss.
Yeah, it looked like somebody pissed in her eyes.
Damn, yo.
What are you talking about?
That's jaundice. She got jaundice.
Somebody pissed in her eyes.
She got jaundice. That's what that shit is. That's jaundice. Yeah. Cirrhosis of the liver. Damn.
Yo, that's crazy.
See? They don't show you these people, right? You don't see none of the trouble. We wasn't rocking none of it. The emblem of America got a fur on and a motherfucking turban with a damn fur around her head. She ain't got no damn plate in her lip or none of this shit.
Word. Yeah, that's extra crazy.
Voice walkers ain't stay in these huts.
Nope.
You think they be playing cards in there? They be playing spades and shit.
Right?
They just be gambling for their plates, they lip plate.
That's what you gotta ask Voice walking.
I'm all in.
You had a plate.
They play ping pong with their lips. Ping pong.
Damn, yeah. Yup. And she the champion and shit. She the champ. She the world champion of the mouth ping. Look at this right here. Look at this one.
Damn it, man.
Look, right. Look at that one, right. Look what they did to her. God damn.
Ooh, that thing right there looked like on Shaka Zulu. Georgia, baby. Just
look,
Shaka Zulu.
That's her without the plate. She ain't got the plate in her mouth.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. They took
oh my god. She stole somebody's wee wee.
Look. You see how her lip, how her bottom lip is? Look at that shit, yo. Damn, yo, I feel bad for her, man. God damn. But you know what? I don't feel bad for these niggas that say they from Africa, though. That they need to go over there.
Ew.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a sausage.
Show some of these traditions to people, brothers and sisters, and see if you be running over Ludacris. Look at this.
Move, lip. Get out the way. Get out the way. Hell no, man. God, Leo, that's ugly. That's terrible. But and then people be like, well, so you guys are so Americanized. You so nah, nigga, you ain't got no lip plate. You ain't got no slinky neck.
You ain't trying to go over there and mutilate yourself like that. What the fuck?
No.
Ludacris gonna make a rap about her. You ain't never gonna have another small fat lip.
They gonna wife for you right there, Chief.
Gucci.
Nice, dark skinned sweetie for you right there.
I'm cool, brother.
Yeah, they all fucked up over here. They got lines on it, deep lines in there. Feel like that motherfucker had let a lion scratch her face and shit. That's one of the traditions. Look at my man. My man got the Guinness. Look at this shit. That's the same dude. No, this nigga got the Guinness Book of World Records right here. Look at this nigga.
Wow.
That's brother polite. That's brother polite cousin. Look. That's brother polite cousin right there. Look. Unutsu. Give me the plate, Unutsu.
Man, I'm gonna fall out if I see one spinning though. I'm done. I'm done. He was like G unit.
He got
it's spinning, bitches. It's
a
spinning.
ceramic plate in his mouth.
God, he got a rim in his mouth. This is crazy.
Bro, that's the size of a bike tire, a mini bike tire and shit.
Really.
A 22. Mm-hmm.
You got the Yokohama skinny nigga. Nah.
Yeah, see, they don't advertise these Africans. They don't let you know about them. And then, like I said, you might as well just keep the plate. Once you do this shit, you might as well just keep the plate in your lip. Just my advice. Look, just my advice. You might as well just keep the plate in your lip from that point on and shit. Like, in my personal opinion, if you're gonna do it, keep the plate in. You might as well just keep the plate in your lip and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. So what are they?
Beef jerky lip.
Yo,
oh my God.
That shit look nasty to the motherfucker, yo. She probably could carry a baby in that shit. She probably gonna carry a baby in that shit, yo. Damn.
Somebody said where they keep the forks and spoons if they wear plates.
They don't. You think they eat with forks and spoons? They ain't been introduced to none of that shit. That's why they got plates in their lip.
Damn it, man.
If you would have showed them a fork and a spoon, they wouldn't have put the plate in their lip. You would have saved them the trouble of putting the plate in their lip.
Yeah. They definitely.
Yo.
You do not have a person like this sitting in your homeroom, nigga. No.
Yo. You want diversity, right?
You not have,
you want diversity up in this motherfucker.
I am done.
Look, you tell a motherfucker, you want diversity? See a nigga like that come over and watch the game with you. Look, let a motherfucker like that come over. Look at it. Look. No, what did you do? That's the same thing.
No.
Why did you do this to yourself?
Yeah,
this
shit.
Shit
Nasty.
Look, the hits just keep coming. You find more styles. There you go, right there, Chief. Look, we ride spinners. Look,
bro, she got a bird's nest on her shit, bro.
Bro, listen, my brother. If you went over there and you seen 6 of them women, like, bro, you know goddamn well she ain't sucking on nothing. Look at her. You know. She ain't putting her lips
So I
on
remember
nothing
they can
except
take the
that
plate
plate.
out. So,
Huh?
honey, help me take my plate out, please.
Yo, her shit.
Keep that in there. Keep that in there, hoes.
That shit gets going. That shit just going to shrink up and be like my man shit. When she
man.
take the plate out, the next day it's gonna be like my man lip.
Wow.
You ever see her lip gonna be like one of them hoses? You ever see one of them new hoses they got that you can the shit ball up into a little ball and shit and it stretches out? Damn, son.
Man, that's crazy, yo.
Oh look at this nigga. This nigga ripped up, yo. Psych.
Ripped up. That nigga is malnutrition.
That motherfucker look like he living off 100 calories a day. Damn.
That.
He eating 100 calories a day, nigga. Shit. Your body, the average body need at least 1,100 calories just to maintain.
Man.
We ain't even talking about. Look at this nigga right here.
That
nigga got a fresh, he got a fresh feed.
Wow.
Damn, he got the shits in his ear too. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's one I guess we haven't seen here. We've seen the ears deflated without the thing in it. Yeah, that's crazy, yo. So you have to cut your lip off.
Man.
Off your face.
You gotta go through a hell of a lot to be doing some shit like that. Even be, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to even talk you into it. But I guess like it's like you ever see that Twilight Zone when the lady was normal and everybody else was looking all weird and shit? Did you ever see the Twilight Zone? That episode?
Yeah.
When they were old shit with white lady, she was the only normal looking one. Everybody else looked like pigs and shit.
Yeah, I remember that. They ain't have no mouths.
Yep. And you gonna go over there and this how you gonna feel and shit. Everybody gonna be telling you out of place and shit.
Not me.
Yep. Everybody gonna be telling you out of place. Look at this shit. Yep. The hits just keep coming.
We're gonna go ahead and shut this one down though, y'all.
No doubt. You probably could do a pull up on her lip. Her lip probably so strong. You probably could do a whole chin up and shit on it, like underhand. Like, baby, let me do a pull up on your lip. All right, man. Let me stop fucking with these people, man. These probably some good people, man. Huh? Damn. They probably some good people. Look. What about these? Look, real quick before we leave though. What about these brothers and sisters right here? Look how he looking. Crazy in a motherfucker. West African men. You end up in that. You end up. Look.
Wow.
They got the noble. Look, they got turbans on with that feather on their head too. Look. They don't look too much like Africans if they don't make that stupid looking face.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All right, so that's about it, man. But what did we learn today, brothers and sisters? If you go to Africa, do as the Africans do, right? Look, when in Africa, do as the Africans do. Real quick, hold up, see before you leave. Look, when in Africa, do as the African. Look, she got a hockey puck in her shit, Chief.
I'm done.
Look, that shit like a toilet bowl. Listen, what did we learn today, brothers and sisters in the chat room? When in Africa, do as the Africans do. The Africans come over here, they get fadeaways and flat tops, and they wear Michael Jordans and True Religions, and they wear all that stuff. So they expect you to practice the same cultural changes when you go to their country. So when in Africa, do as Africans do. Another episode of Sister Betty and Chief Holiday. When in Africa, do as Africans do.
And I want to say, send a special shout out to everybody. And I appreciate y'all coming in. And I want to send a special shout out and say, we got to get these lawsuits rolling. We got to get these flyers out. And I want to say, that's my Indian cry. That's my Indian cry. That's my Indian cry.
Anyone dropped out?
Yeah, I think he out, Chief.
Cool,
I
cool.
hope they like my Indian cry. Yeah, he went out.
Yeah,
He out, Chief. I hope
okay,
they
man.
like
Shout out to everybody, man, that tuned in, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. Um,
he went
you
out.
know, y'all see, man. Check out the First American Declaration if you haven't checked that out. Um, hit that link right there, and we have originaltribalwear.com. Go support Miss Mohawk, originaltribalwear.com. Sponsor partnership of Tribe Up, uh, Chief Holiday, and everybody. Just basically for the movement, man. Shout out American Aboriginal Shoes.com. Walk like a god, man. Check them out, man. Check out the styles, man. Handcrafted shoes. And then you guys support the First American Council, Tribe Up app, content, Chief Holiday, donate, support the real, y'all. We definitely appreciate everybody that's already supported, man, already donated, already um, give us information, build, what I'm saying, bringing things to the table, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Hey, Sister Beth, do you need to say anything before we get up out of here?
No, I just appreciate everybody. I love you all. I love you brainstorming with you. I do. I look forward to every Saturday brainstorming with everybody, and I appreciate you all. But let's work together.
That's what's up. All right. Well, you guys have a great evening. And we probably gonna be back a little later, man. I don't know if Lotus gonna get into something tonight. Lotus, let me know. And yeah, man. Peace to everybody, man. Like I said, we still got a 30-day live stream going on as well. Tribe Up. So if you haven't subscribed to Tribe Up, go check out Tribe Up. Check out Lotus Television. He's in the chat room. Check out Tribe Up Sports News and Entertainment. 420 Friendly TV, Tribe Up 100. We got so much shit, y'all. But like I said, we getting ready for our own network, Universal Media. So go check out Tribe Up if you haven't checked out Tribe Up, and see some restreams. And we were doing live streams over there as well. So peace and prosperity to all American Aborigines, man. And remember, it's America first. Hey, it's one love to everybody, man. Shout out to all the great ones, man. We definitely appreciate you.